What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Diamond in the Rough podcast. Just a few rough-looking guys talking about much better-looking guys on a baseball diamond. If you're checking us out on Spotify, make sure you give us a follow on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, you know what I meant, subscribe button. And if you're watching on YouTube, we'll wave. You can see our pretty faces right now. Make sure you hit that follow button on Spotify. Also, check out our socials. Those are going to be in the description below. We have an Instagram and a Twitter. That's at DIR Podcast. And then, of course, as always, my name is McMiller42. You can find me on all platforms at that. Nick, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at NickTheriault12 and THERIAULT.
Just say Theriault. It's a lot easier.
Theriault. NickTheriault12.
And then, of course, as always, it's your boy NMR Sports here. NMR Sports on Twitch and YouTube. NMR Sports 30, apparently, on Twitter and Instagram, which apparently I didn't even know. But we do, as the last few, we have a special guest joining us today. Looks like we might have two special guests joining us.
Yeah, we do.
Trash Panda _12 and Son. How are we doing today, Trash Panda?
Yo, doing really well, man. I appreciate you having me here. I'm actually really excited to sit here and talk a little bit of baseball before opening day.
Yes, sir. He is the only Astros fan that I know personally, or at least that will show their face in public. So,
wait, hold on. You're actually gonna show my face in public? You're not gonna blur it out? Holy, you know what? I don't know about that.
We can distort your voice and everything too if you want. You know, it's kind of tough because we're actually live streaming this, but we can figure that out after.
Okay,
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I'm glad. Let's go.
Yo, we got another Astros fan in the YouTube chat.
Hey, my man Elijah, let's go.
For those of you who are listening to this, for those of you listening to the future, we have been live streaming these last few episodes, which you're probably seeing if we did it on YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube. But if you want to check those out live, we'll be posting those stream times more regularly once we get our Twitter act together. So yeah, if you want to come check out one of these episodes live and be featured possibly in the chat, you should do so. So, Trash Panda, I don't think we asked where we could find you on social media and stuff, by the way.
You can find me in the nearest dumpster rummaging for trash. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's okay. So Twitter, Trash Panda _12. Twitch is Real Trash Panda 12, and that's pretty much the only social media I really use, other than just Twitch and Twitter.
There you go.
I love me. Yeah, some TT. You know. Wait, what?
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. All right, well, we, of course, are going to be here talking about the American League West today. We have an actual live Angels fan and an actual live Astros fan, and then playing the role of the Athletics and Mariners, and I guess Rangers will be filling in gradually. I honestly don't know who's going to talk about what, but we'll figure it out as we go. So that being said, I think we're going to hop into the Oakland Athletics first, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't believe you are mistaken. That would be me. So I'll just do that flawless transition to myself.
Nice little segue. Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah. Perfect.
So
we're going on to. We'll talk about their pitching, rotation, and bullpen, and then after we talk about that, we'll move on to the offense. I like this pitching. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not. I think the ace of the staff at the moment for the Oakland Athletics is going to be Chris Bassett. If you're a fan of my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel, you know that I'm absolutely in love with Chris Bassett in MLB The Show, but I also think he's pretty good in real life as well.
He's kind of cute, too.
They also have Sean Manaea, Frankie Montas in the rotation. AJ Puck has been a big prospect for a long time. I'm hoping he will finally crack that rotation. And I feel like there's someone I'm missing. That
Dude,
I just don't.
Jesus Luzardo. Like, are you drunk?
Oh, thank you. Jesus Christ. He's just straight up not. Oh, there he is. Never mind. He's on MLB.com. I just missed his name. Jesus Luzardo, yes.
He's using a lizard person camo.
You can't forget about Mike Myers.
And then, of
I'm
course,
sorry, who? we don't talk about that name around here. Okay?
Yeah.
Chill.
It's a sensitive subject, Nick.
My personal favorite player, Mike Fiers. Don't want to upset anyone. I don't want to upset anyone in this chat right now. But then they also have James Capriellan, who's in the minors. He's a former Yankees farmhand. Who I personally am excited about.
Farmhand.
And then in the bullpen, they have J.B. Wendelken, Lou Trevino, Birch Smith. They signed Trevor Rosenthal, who had a great year last year. They also signed Sergio Romo. They re-signed old man Yusmeiro Petit. Well, I should have said old man when I said Sergio Romo as well. They also acquired Adam Kolarek, and they have our favorite player as a podcast in Major League Baseball, Jake Diekman. We are, of course, a Diekman pod.
The Deeks.
So yeah, that's their pitching. I kind of butchered it a little bit because I forgot about like their ace Jesus Luzardo, but that's fine. But like I said, I like the pitching. I think the pitching is going to do really well. That's a pretty good if Bassett pitches like he did. Yeah, Bassett pitches like he did last year. Luzardo finally breaks out. Sean Manaea has a no-hitter in the bag. By the way, Mike Fiers has 2 no-hitters in the bag.
Who? I'm sorry, I don't know that name. I think you're speaking a different language.
He who shall not be named.
Thank you, much better.
Exactly. And then AJ Puck is as hyped up a prospect's ever been, really. So, Nick, I hate you. Nick did an exclamation point voice crack in the YouTube chat. So
I had to.
Let's move on.
It's the first time I've noticed it.
Yeah, hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Okay, we're not all perfect like me. I mean,
yeah, right.
Well, thoughts on the? I think the Athletics rotation can pretty easily go into a series and shut them down. I mean, they're gonna pitch well, and that bullpen's pretty good too.
Oh, definitely. They got a lot of young arms. I mean, they have, like you said, Manaea. They have Luzardo. I mean, they have a great pen as well. Like you mentioned, Rosenthal, Diekman, Wendelken. Puck is just up and coming. He's gonna sit. I mean, if he can sit there and just, I mean, be a good as far as setup man, they're gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah. No, but a guy I really like in their bullpen who's a little underrated, in my opinion, would be Yusmeiro Petit. Like, he's always been a solid reliever, and he's had flashes of being elite. And he was on their team last year, but he was a free agent this year, and they re-signed him. So that was honestly a really low-key signing that's going to make their bullpen a lot stronger in the long run. Obviously, like, he's not on the top end of their bullpen, but kind of one of those long reliever type guys going to come in, get a few outs in the middle of the game. A very underrated guy, I feel like, in this bullpen. Adam Kolarek, however you pronounce it, was pretty good recently, and he's finally going to have an opportunity to pitch because now that he's not on the greatest team of all time, he'll actually get some opportunities. So that should probably be good for him there.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy underrated.
The Dodgers are really just harboring like half.
He used to be on the Astros. Is that what you're saying?
No, he was on a team that's won a World Series. A real one.
Oh, the Astros.
A real one?
Wrong again. I'm so sorry.
That is not the answer. Poor guy.
Oh man, dude.
Oh my god.
But not only that, but I mean, they have a strong. I mean, like their whole team is solid. I mean, from 1 to 9, it's actually insane. Just, I mean, looking at this now, I mean, they have Ben that plays Sean Murphy. They have Olsen. I mean, Tony Kemp, I feel like good player. I think he's probably going to be their weakest link, really. I mean, you have Matt Chapman at third base. I mean, literally one of the best defensive third basemen in the MLB. Elvis Andrews, we all know about him. Absolute legend in MLB The Show. Got that 91 overall last year. I think it was this past year. Incredible, man. You can't. That's end game shortstop right there.
End game shortstop.
Yep. Thank you. Mark Hanna, Ramon. I don't know if my man JJ. Ramon is a homie. We have Steven Piscotty in right field, man. It's just a great lineup overall, honestly.
It is. You said that Tony Kemp was going to be their weakest link, but MLB The Show legend Elvis Andrews might be their weakest link.
How dare you?
Now,
sir?
I know. I'm sorry.
No, honestly, the two guys in this lineup I'm most excited for, Sean Murphy and Mitch Moreland, bro. Mitch Moreland's good. People don't talk about it, but Mitch Moreland's good. And they literally the only 2 lefties in their lineup right now are Mitch Moreland and Matt Olson. So at the end of the day, he's going to face so much right-handed pitching, and he's just going to destroy the ball. Because assuming they space them out a little bit, what are the odds that they keep a lefty in to pitch to the rest of the lineup? Because like 90% of the lineup's right-handed, like I mentioned. I think he's going to be an absolute monster there in Oakland. And then Sean Murphy could be a top 5 catcher in baseball by the end of this year. I honestly am that high on him. I think he hasn't really had the sample size yet to kind of go off and produce, but he's definitely shown some flashes. He's got a lot of pop in that bat from the catcher position.
Yeah, he's definitely going to mash. I'm really excited for his future, and I really hope he does well because I have like 10 rookie cards at home.
Bro, he's on my fantasy team. He's got to do well. It's my backup catcher.
Oh, dude, as long as Sean knows that he's gonna sit there and just crank home runs.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta like put a sign in the outfield or something. Like, Sean, you're on my fantasy team.
Quick side note, Nolan, you have to stop making fucking awards predictions because twice you've done it now, and 2 times people have gone down with injuries.
Damn it, bro.
Predicted that Zach Gallen was going to win the NL Cy Young. Zach Gallen gets a fractured arm. Predicted that Eloy Jimenez is an MVP candidate.
The Zach Gallen one wasn't public knowledge, though. The Zach Gallen wasn't public knowledge.
Can you
I
stop
never
putting the
released that
Madden curse
video.
on all these players? Like,
Exactly, that's exactly what he's fucking
one
doing,
job,
dude.
bro.
He's got to stop. You're not allowed to make videos like that
I can
anymore.
post the video if you want to know the full list of people who are going down. The jersey
Oh yeah,
binders
just
on
make
that
sure that no
list.
Astros on that list, and we're good to go.
I was gonna say, did you predict Denny Yankees for awards?
Oh, I got Judge on there. I got Shohei on there. I've
Hey,
got,
don't
no.
worry, bro. Like Yankees are still gonna be injured regardless, man. Like
Yeah.
that's what we
Bro.
gotta. That's what we know
Yeah.
and love the Yankees of 20. Like I mean, the past like pretty much the 2010s, literally all injured 24/7.
My dumbass
yeah.
drafted Aaron Judge
Trust me.
this year, so I'm in for a rough year of fantasy. That's for sure. It's just never a good idea to draft him. Maybe I'll get the lucky year. It's kind of like playing Yahtzee, you know. Hopefully, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll maybe I'll
Rolling
get
that
fucking
dice,
Yahtzee
yeah.
with it. I will see.
But I think I think this is pretty easily the second best pitching staff in the division. And honestly, you could argue it's the best. I'm not going to do that because I think the Astros do have better pitching. But
Yeah.
like there is an argument to be had that this combo of rotation and bullpen, because the Astros bullpen's better for sure, but the Astros rotation might not be as good after Framber went down.
See, I feel
forcefully
the
went down.
exact opposite.
But
of
they
you.
got-
I think
JV's
that-
they
gonna
got
be out for a little
Odorizzi.
bit still.
Picked up Odorizzi too.
Yeah, they
Right,
did.
right.
I honestly think that the Astros have a better rotation and the A's have a better bullpen. Trevor Rosenthal is
Yeah.
probably the best. I don't know. We'll see if Rysel does well for the Angels, but at the end of the day, I think Trevor Rosenthal is the most consistent closer of the group. Since the Astros don't have Yusmeiro Petit, who we don't like to talk about, or what's his name?
I mean, the
Roberto
Astros, yeah,
Osuna.
Roberto
Roberto
Osuna.
Osuna,
That's
yeah,
what I'm talking
Osuna.
about.
yeah.
Since
But
they
still
lost
have Ryan
him.
Presley, they signed Stanek. I mean, they've got some depth there in the pen still.
And
But I
don't
feel like-
forget,
I'm just
every time a
saying-
pitcher signs with the Angels, their spin rate, or not the Angels, the Astros, their spin rate jumps up by 2,000 RPMs because
Not
they get the
anymore.
good sticky stuff.
Not anymore.
And they,
Yep.
I mean, even he
Dude,
knows it's true. The
pitching is
Astros
going
have
to be a
perfected.
clusterfuck this year. Pitching is going to be an absolute clusterfuck. We have
We'll
no
see
idea.
if they're
what we're
able
gonna
to
see.
actually crack down on it, though. Like,
Hey,
how
if you ain't
serious
cheating, you
are
ain't
they?
trying. That's all I gotta say.
Honestly,
all gonna have
dude,
sticky
if you look at watch either any of Mike Fire's no hitters, bro, legitimately just smothered in
please,
pine
we don't
tar.
say that name. We don't say a name.
His
around these
glove
parts.
is. Hey, I'm talking shit on him,
He who
man.
shall not be named.
I'm talking smothered in pine tar, bro.
Might as well call him Baltimore.
Yeah, it looks like he dipped
Exactly.
his glove. It's bad, dude. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I do think that I honestly really like the A's rotation, and I don't like their rotation. Sorry, their bullpen, because they have a lot of depth.
How
in
can you
it,
not like their
and-
rotation, though? I mean, it's
I mean,
still
I mean, I
Yeah, no,
like the
exactly.
rotation. It's underrated, I'd say that, but I don't feel like they have that shutdown ace. I feel like they don't have anybody who's on the tier of Zach Greinke. I feel like they don't have. Maybe these guys are very similar to Jake Odorizzi, but at the end of the day, I don't think they have like a stud at the top of the rotation. I wouldn't consider any of these guys aces. Chris Bassett pitched like it last year, but I wouldn't consider him an ace. I
I mean, Luzardo definitely has the potential though.
he has potential, but I don't know if I can see him doing it this year. If he, I don't know, maybe if he shows me something early, but
I mean, he's still young. He's still got time. Greinke, I mean, on
Yeah.
the other hand, is later on in his career, and I mean, you're still waiting. I mean, on JV to see if he comes back healthy from that
Yeah.
Tommy John surgery.
yeah,
And
I'm
the
talking.
Astros
But I'm,
still have Lance McCullers too. They just
that's
extended him
true.
for 5 years.
yeah,
It was a 5 year, I think, like 85 mil or something, which I mean is
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great deal right there for the Astros.
that's cheap. That's cheap.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like that.
yeah. But yeah, I
But
do
all in
think,
all, like I said, I think
And
it's
the-
pretty easily the second best pitching in the division, which is I guess isn't hard now that I think about the division.
oh,
but
the division's trash.
it's still pretty good.
This is
Mariners,
almost
yeah.
worse than the
It's-
NL Central. It's almost worse.
Dude,
It's
I said
probably
my
more
team we're
boring.
talking about.
Hey, it's my
NL
team we're
Central's still
talking
bad.
about. This is a shitty division, man.
It's a terrible division.
It's a very bad division.
Yeah.
This is a first round exit. We're fighting over a first round exit at this point. Compared to the other divisions in this league or in the AL. dude.
Yeah. Yeah, where you got the White Sox and the Yankees and all those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if the Yankees didn't even stay healthy, though. That's a problem with them.
But even if they don't stay healthy, they have so much depth
Yeah.
in that
I
roster.
would like to see the Jays honestly win the AL East, man. They definitely have the potential. I mean,
I
Johnny
don't know after
signed
these
George
injuries,
Springer, and then
though.
they have what's it? As I like to call him, Hung Junk Ryu. I mean, wait, is he still? He's still on the Jays, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, he's great.
Man,
I like him.
I don't
They just
know-
have a really bad staff behind him.
I don't know where I'd put the Jays in the East now since like Kirby Yates is down because he was like the main piece in that bullpen since Ken Giles is gone too, and like they don't have very much pitching other than Hyunjin Ryu and Nate Pearson, maybe like one other starter.
Maybe they should go out and
True.
sign a very good free agent reliever who's still not signed that I'm pissed about. Shane Green. He is unemployed. Shane Green is unemployed. That's just bad.
It doesn't make sense.
Somebody
It doesn't
sign
make
this man.
sense.
The Blue Jays need him. The Angels need him. The Astros could use him. I think the Astros are going to sign Osuna though, because Osuna doesn't have a job, and I don't know of any other team in baseball that would employ that man.
Exactly. I mean, after the Astros traded for him, like with all the like the personal issues with him, it's kind of just like, why would you trade Giles for him? But I mean, at the end of the day, like it was bad PR move for the Astros. I mean, but technically, that's every Houston team that only makes bad PR moves. Like you can't really be mad about it. It is what it is being a Houston fan in general.
It just makes you a terrible fucking person, and I hope
Yeah, it
you know
does.
that.
I mean, bro, I'm a terrible person too. I mean, shit, that's why I cheer for every Houston team. I'm like, woo.
But dude, I
Let's
mean,
destroy
if you don't
everything.
cheat, you ain't trying. I mean, maybe
Ain't
Houston
cheat,
just
you
should
ain't
just
trying,
make
I
that their
guess.
fucking logo. I love that.
Yep.
True.
Hey, that's the city motto now. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The A's are
So who
such
we got
an
next,
interesting
man?
team, man. Yeah.
And here's the thing. I feel like the A's are gonna finish like second or third in the AL West, and it's gonna come down to the fact that I don't know if they can sit there and keep up with other teams as far as their bats. They have a great depth as far as their like the whole lineup, but can they continue to sit there and score runs? They're a team that's always been known to play small ball, but they've never been known to sit there and actually go above and beyond, sign that like key free agent that they know is going to sit there and help them get to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're an I keep saying that. If you're an A's fan, like this is really. Am I still muted? No, I'm not. Okay. I panicked for a sec. Like this, you have. If you're an A's fan, you have like 1, maybe 2 more years of this window, because Matt Olson's going to be a free agent just a couple years. So is Matt Chapman. So is Ramon Laureano. Like Mark Canha seems like he's been there forever, but like the A's aren't re-signing these guys. If you're an A's fan, you
Yeah, they
know
never
that.
do.
So
Wait, hold on. So the Blue Jays signed Shane Green to a 2-year, $2.5 million.
I don't think
deal?
that's true. I think that's just Nate being Nate.
Come
Wait,
on,
what?
Nate. Get good, kid.
good kid.
No, they didn't. Shane Green. He
Okay,
said
yeah,
Shane
that's-
Green
that's-
signed, and that's way under.
can't
There's
be
no
real.
way Shane Green would take 2.5
No, he would not
mil.
sign for that much money.
for 2
That
years,
money, I should
bro.
say.
Let's. Oh my god.
I
Bro,
think
I'd
he
sign
goes
for that. Yo,
creative.
somebody sign me right now for a 2-year, 2.5. I'll sit
Yeah.
there, bro. I'll tear whatever I gotta tear. I'm good.
Take it, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, I got my vaccine shiner right here. Nice little bump for me.
Man.
Yeah, I can still sling it though. I can get a nice little 69-mile-per-hour knuckleball going for you. I'd be glitchy in MLB. You guys
Yo,
want
is it
me in the
cool?
league?
Facts.
Is it cool if I just identify myself as like I got vaccinated? I didn't actually get vaccinated, but I can identify as one, right? That's a thing.
I have no
No,
idea, man.
maybe.
I get my second shot tomorrow. I'm very excited about it.
Oh, let's go.
Got 2 weeks for it. We'll take
Bro,
it.
I never get the flu shot. I don't like, I mean, I'm not a big like person on getting like, I mean, obviously like the vaccination is like whenever you're a kid, yes. But like at a certain point, like I'm just like, I never take the flu shot. I'm just like, I've gotten the flu once in my life and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like I'll be all right, because people get the flu because you're pretty much being injected with like, as far as like certain strains of the actual virus, and not like, I mean, you could actually still get like the flu from getting the flu shot, but you never know if you don't get it. I mean,
True.
you can get it, you may not get it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's just that's besides the point, because we're like getting way off track. We're better than the A's, and we got to move on to the next team.
Yeah, I don't even know who is the next team. Are we going?
The Angels.
I believe
going
we're
Angels?
going
Next
Angels.
team
Yes.
is the Angels.
boy.
Nolan's Angels.
All right, let's set the timer.
off on
and I'm
Ohtani.
just gonna talk about Shohei Ohtani for the next hour and a half. I've prepared. Let me just grab my stack of papers. I've prepared an actual statement. Now, we can unfortunately start with their pitching, if we want to call it that. We'll start with the rotation. Dylan Bundy, Cy Bundy, as he's sometimes called. I'm going to talk about Shohei Ohtani, because Shohei Ohtani is the best pitcher on this team.
No, let's talk
Take
about
it
Al
to the
Bundy first.
bank.
Al Bundy, the ace.
Al Bundy. I don't know who that is, bro. Ted Bundy?
Bro, Married with Children. You never seen that show?
Nope.
Dude, y'all are young, man. There's
Bro,
no
we're-
I'm like 31.
yeah. No, I'm
There's
21.
no way.
What show?
What?
I'm
Bro, you look
21.
like you're like 43 years old.
I know,
There's no
bro,
shot.
dude. Legitimately, there hasn't been a single guest who hasn't said that, and we always get on the topic of it. Mick's younger than I am, and Nick
I'm the
is-
oldest. I'm the old man of the group. I'm 23.
Damn, dude, y'all are babies.
Yeah,
I cannot
Oh.
legally buy alcohol in this country yet.
I
Your boy
can.
can. Yes, sir.
Yeah, me.
I
either.
never get
I'm
carded,
definitely
though.
not drinking alcohol. Don't worry about it.
I never get carded, but I can buy it. All right, but so I'm going to say Shohei Ohtani is the best pitcher on the team. He's throwing 101 in spring training, almost 102 actually. He hit 101.9 on the radar gun last week when he pitched. He hasn't looked like he had a lot of control this spring, so that's been kind of rough, but I'm getting sidetracked first of all. So Shohei Ohtani, I would consider our ace, but our opening day starter is going to be Dylan Bundy. Very, very solid pitcher there. Griffin Canning is also in the rotation. Jose Quintana is also in the rotation. And Alex Cobb. All three of those guys I feel like are on very... Oh, and Andrew Heaney. All of those guys I feel like are all on very similar levels. I'd say Andrew Heaney has a little bit higher ceiling there, but for the most part, they're all in the similar boat of not being aces, but not being absolute trash. Slightly, league average pitchers, I guess. And then our bullpen, I legitimately don't know. Raisel Iglesias is our closer. Mike Mayers was really good last year, although he's had a terrible career historically. Felix Pena will be somewhere in the rotation or bullpen. Patrick Sandoval will be somewhere in the rotation and bullpen. We traded for Aaron Slegers from the Rays, and the fact that the Rays gave up on an arm and we picked him up is probably a bad idea. Right now it's saying Junior Guerrera. I legitimately don't know anything about this man. Like I said, we have a bunch of nobodies in the back of this the back of this bullpen. Alex Claudio is our lefty, singular, our lefty.
Just one.
Yes, and then Ty Buttrey.
Doesn't matter, dude. He's gonna shove. He's gonna be so fucking good.
He's gonna be an all-star.
Then Ty Buttrey, Jaime Barria, and Luke Bard, and allegedly Jesse Chavez. So absolutely disgusting after those first two relievers. I feel like Ty Buttrey has a pretty high ceiling, though. So what do you guys
really
think?
knew two of those names.
Yeah,
I only knew
guessing.
two of those names.
Dude,
Damn,
I don't know.
Hey, that's two more than me, so I don't know what you know.
Yeah. You know where I sell Iglesias. Come on.
I mean, Alex Cobb's going with the flow, the thick ass beard.
He looks like Garrett Cole. I'm just
his
saying, he
footer
looks like
again.
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole's twin.
Alex Cobb, fucking revenge tour.
Bro, Alex
Give it
Cobb
to me.
revenge tour, and he's
Dude,
probably
he doesn't
gonna
have
be without foreign substances. He's probably better than Garrett Cole. I'll be honest, man.
That's a hot take.
Hot take: Alex Cobb without foreign substances can outpitch Garrett Cole any day.
Dude, if Alex Cobb doesn't have to pitch against the Yankees 6 times a year, his ERA is going to go down by 2 points.
That's a good point.
Don't
That's
worry about
what-
it, bro. The Yankees are gonna be like injured like most of the year anyway, so it's all good.
So
Yeah,
glad
but
you're not on our AL East episode. I'm so glad you're not.
It's just a
So
matter
the
of
Yankees
when.
lineup injured,
Exactly.
injured. Hey, they've only had like 3 injuries this spring. That's pretty good.
Injured
Take
1
it.
through 9.
And only like
Predict-
one of them's
No,
long term,
take.
I
No.
think. So that's pretty good.
That's my hot
Pretty
take.
good.
That's my hot take for the AL East. Injured through 9. 1 through 9.
Honestly, man.
Sounds about right.
No.
It's like
So
you,
let's
you
talk
look, you
about
look at their
the-
roster, you see, okay, 10-day IL, 60-day IL,
Yep.
10-day, 45
Ooh,
days.
Aaron
60.
Judge is only on the
Oh!
7-day. Let's go. All right, so like obviously I know a lot about these pitchers, and I'll go in depth in them in a second. But like when you guys look at this staff, like I know it's bad, but do you guys even know? You said you only know 2 of these guys, and I don't know if
Well,
you know
in the
any of them.
bullpen. In the bullpen.
Yeah, in the
Mike
bullpen.
Mayers and Iglesias.
Just from MLB The Show, I assume. Like I didn't even know who Mike Mayers was until MLB The Show, honestly. Well,
Yeah, so I
obviously,
got that like
so he's
that
good.
playoff
Be
card,
honest.
like 94 overall,
Yeah.
I think it was.
And
And I was
he's
like,
damn
oh,
good
dude,
in the
look, it's
show.
that dude from Halloween. He's on my team now.
You know, it's Shrek.
Oh,
It's Shrek.
man.
Yeah.
there we go.
No.
Oh my god.
Nah, Mike Mayers, I don't know. Hopefully he just turned a leaf over last year and is going to be amazing like he was for that stretch in 2020, but I don't know if I want to hang my hat on that. Raisel Iglesias, I'm not even super confident in, if I'm being honest. I feel like he gets the job done. He gets a lot of saves, but he's always had a pretty high ERA and had some little command control issues and whatnot, but
Reliever ERA is just so
oh, it sucks. I agree.
toxic. I
Yeah,
can't think of a better
but-
word.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at someone like Wade Davis who had a .2 ERA 1 year or whatever. That obviously
Oh well,
means they
yeah,
were good.
but the thing with like obviously like that is, it's obviously
Well,
super
even if you
impressive
look
to
at
have
his
an ERA
ERA
that low.
plus.
But like if you're a reliever and you have a 4 ERA, you might be lights out for 9 out of 9 appearances, but the 10th one you give up 3 runs. Like you just had a bad outing. Your ERA jumps up to 4. Like,
Yo,
you got to look at the peripherals
Yeah.
in terms of relievers. Oh, I
I
mean, we
agree
talk
with
about
that.
that all the time.
Yeah, I mean
I
his
agree
career
with that,
ERA
sure.
plus is 138, but it was 115 in 2019, the last full season he played, so barely above league average. His FIP was 3.92. His career FIP is 3.4, so it's not like
Question, yes.
What's up?
Are you complaining about the Angels trading for an above-average relief pitcher?
No, I'm
Because
just
you
saying
haven't
he's
had
not.
that ever.
I'm just saying he's not lights
You
out,
haven't had
bro.
one since K-Rod.
I'm just
Oh,
roasting
yeah.
our bullpen. Can you just let me roast our? Do you want me to talk about how amazing our bullpen is and how I fucking love our pitching, man?
There are so many other bullpen arms that you could be roasting right now, but you're roasting the best one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's facts.
and I can roast the best one because he's roastable. I'm
Dude,
just saying.
I don't know about Rysel Iglesias' baseball savant page is pretty sexy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's
Yeah, he's solid.
all red. It's exactly what you want.
I don't know.
It's
I like him.
disgusting.
So
Yeah.
Nolan, you should be excited.
Yeah, but I mean,
finally
it doesn't really matter when he comes in after, the starter went 6 or 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, and now it's a 10-5 ball game in the 9th inning, and Rysel's coming in because he hasn't pitched in a week because he hasn't had any save opportunities. So I'd still see us blowing. I don't know if we're gonna blow as many saves, but I don't know if there's gonna be that many save
That's because
opportunities.
there's not gonna be that
after.
many save opportunities. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly, because they're not gonna get to Rysel. They have to get to Rysel. If they could just
I'm gonna love like two-thirds of the way into the season. Man, this dude Rysel Iglesias has not blown a save. He's had 3 opportunities the whole year. Though.
Honestly, yeah, because they're just gonna blow it.
That's
So
literally what
last
it's
year
gonna
we
be.
blew 14 saves, I think, in 60 games. 14 saves in 60 games. I'm just gonna say it one more time. 14 saves in 60 games, out of not that many opportunities. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I completely lost my train of thought. That was the most ADHD shit I've ever done in my life.
I'm pretty sure it's like 17 opportunities overall that they blew 14 of them. You said
14 out of 17. Yeah, that sounds about
I'm just
right.
I'm just pulling a number out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure it was 17.
It's probably close to that. If I'm being
Last time I was
honest.
just curious about how many Angels save opportunities there were in a 60-game season last year.
So now we actually have a closer, so we probably won't blow as many save opportunities, but our bullpen ERA is going to be like, double digits
82?
to say the least. Yeah. Hopefully not triple digits. Fingers crossed. Stay out of the triple digits this year. But yeah, I do kind of like our rotation. Like I don't dislike it. It's not a good rotation, but it's not a great rotation, but it's there's some good names.
Every
in here.
hat over there, huh?
Sip mode.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
Sip
awesome.
mode.
Every guest is like, dude, how many fucking hats do you own? It's amazing.
Not wrong, bro. I have like one Astros hat from the 17 World Series, and I don't want to wear it out because then it's like people are like, yo, they're cheaters, by the way. And I'm like, thank you, I know that. I definitely condone their cheating. That's why, bro. I will sit there and like say, you know what? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
I'm just messing.
You would have volunteered to bang the trash can. Would have been in the dugout for them banging it.
I would have just been like, it's a fastball.
Swing the bat.
No, okay. So let me bring up one thing really quick, and I'm gonna tell you straight up whether or not they were cheating. In what was it? Whenever they Jose Altuve walked it off in the
19, dude. We don't. You don't. Okay, I promise to not talk about Mike Fires. You don't talk about that.
Can I just say one thing
It's a Raw chat.
regarding that? And my son always tells me, "Can I just tell you one thing?" And I'm like, "No," and I'm like, "Well," he's like, "I don't care. I'm gonna tell you anyway." So I'm gonna tell you anyway. I knew that same pitch was coming because this dude Chapman. Yes, I kid you not. This dude Chapman. It was okay. I'm gonna walk you through it. Chapman 0-0 count. Threw a fastball, couldn't control it. Threw a fastball again, couldn't control it. It's 2-0. Threw a slider on 2-1. Dotted it. Literally right down the middle. Altuve's like, wait, okay, he's like, okay, whatever. It's a 2-1 count. What pitch do you think he's gonna throw? You think he's gonna try to get to 2-2 or to 3-1? He can't control the fastball. The only thing he can sit there and do is throw the slider. He threw it right. He threw it again right down the middle. I'm like, bro, everybody could see that pitch coming from a mile away, and then Altuve just cranked it.
Is that how far away center field is? A mile away?
How far away center field?
You said you could see it from a mile away. Is that where the camera was?
Exactly. Hey,
Gotcha.
I was back there myself.
You're like, oh shit, slider.
I mean, bro, if I'm at the plate and I'm sitting there and I'm seeing, okay,
makes sense.
this dude cannot control his fastball to save his life. I'm looking for the same pitch to throw on 2-0 to get that first strike. And if he's late on the fastball, he's late on the fastball. But this dude Chapman was completely, his fastball was nowhere to be seen because he couldn't control it.
If I may,
Yes, you may.
I don't want to talk about the Yankees, but you brought it up. But let the record show he brought up the Yankees.
It's all good. I'm counting every second.
Fine. I will say real quick, hindsight is 20/20. You can justify that after the fact. I don't believe you that you could say that the slider was coming, but I only say that because and I understand your justification of him not controlling his fastball.
And I'll tell you why I knew it was coming.
I've watched a lot of Chapman, and there's times where if he makes a mistake in his windup, because it's not a very easy windup to repeat, he's gonna throw it at the batter's head or at the dirt or whatever. Like you don't just because he misses one does not mean he doesn't have control of his fastball that day. Like it's just because of his.
He missed 2 back-to-back though. That's a problem.
No, I know. Still, that's just how Chapman is. That's just what he does.
Okay, so
Chapman
and here's the thing, and that the reason why I was like, okay, like in my mind on a 2-1 count before the pitch came out, I'm telling myself like, dude, this doesn't throw another slider, because I was a catcher from like literally from like coach's pitch up until like high school, and like yes, I know whatever. I didn't play in college because I didn't really try whatever. Like you can say whatever you want, but I know how pitchers work. I understand what it is you need to throw, when you need to throw it, and I'm like sitting on a 2-1 count. I'm like, why would you want to throw a fastball and get behind 3-1 when this dude's gonna be looking for a fastball? You're gonna come back with the slider again to try to get that 2-2 count, and then come back with the fastball. That makes the most sense.
I mean, I pitched a lot too. It makes sense. But I don't throw 104 like Chapman does. I don't have that. I don't have that in the tank like he does.
Well, if you throw 104 but you can't control it, what's the point of throwing a 104-mile-per-hour fastball if you're gonna throw it for a ball and be behind 3-1?
Okay, but he
knows you have the winning run at second base.
I mean, I'd probably rather walk him to give up the home run like he did, right? Like he should have thrown his best. Like
me personally,
I was gonna argue about.
I would have gone back to the slider, knowing that I can sit there and get it over the plate for a strike, as opposed to sitting there and throwing a fastball and getting behind in the count. And at that point, who's behind Altuve? Wasn't it Bregman that hits behind him?
Yeah, probably.
I think
probably.
So.
It was somebody.
So then at that point, you're going to be facing Bregman, who's a much more dangerous hitter than Altuve in my mind against a lefty.
100%.
Yeah, especially against a lefty.
So anyways, yeah, that's just my kind of like take on that. But anyways, I digress.
So
got me fucking heated, man.
I understand your points for sure, and they make a lot of sense because I used to be a catcher too. So like, it's
just kind of like as a catcher, you're like, okay, would it make sense to get behind 3-1, or would you want to sit there and throw the pitch that you know he can control and get it over the plate for a strike?
He was wearing a buzzer. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, and just hope that Altuve doesn't swing for it, and like just waits for the 3-2 count.
Yep.
You know
exactly. Yeah. Buzzer or not, I mean, like it's just one of those things where you can sit there and like, as a catcher, you would know, you would understand that. You could sit there and see it before it actually happened, and you're like, that makes the most logical sense to throw this pitch as opposed to this pitch. And it's just one of those things where it was unfortunate because Altuve just sat there, turned on it, buzzer or not. I mean, you can't sit there and tell somebody, hey, just this pitch is coming, hit it for a home run. That's not how it works. Like you sit there and say, okay, well, how is it with steroids? Barry Bonds over here can like turn on a fastball. Like it's the steroids, yes, obviously helped a little bit, but unless you're a professional athlete that can sit there and hit a 102-mile-per-hour fastball, or you can sit there and like adjust an off-speed pitch, there's only so much you can do with it as like a normal human being. These players, this is one of the hardest sports to play because to try and to turn on a fastball that's 102, or to sit back on an off-speed pitch that's like 85 miles per hour compared to like 102, it takes a lot to sit there and go out of to kind of like turn on that pitch or to sit back on it, and it's just one of the things that you can't teach somebody that.
Yeah,
I do agree with you about the steroids thing, but it's different because they like if you know what pitch if you know the 102-mile-an-hour fastball is coming, it's easier to turn on it. Not saying it's easy, but it's.
I mean, he could literally sit there and throw it at his head, and he's gonna sit there. He's gonna turn on it. No, he's gonna sit there and try and duck. But at the end of the day, it's like you don't know where the pitch is going. That's the whole problem. With whenever somebody's on steroids, obviously you're going to have the better reaction time. You're going to sit there and you're going to be able to hit the ball further. You're going to be able to hit it harder. There's certain things where you're going to gain benefits from that, but you also gain benefits from sitting there and know what pitch is coming. But you can't sit there and say that because you know what pitch. Dude, if I go up to the plate right now and someone tells me, "Hey, a fastball is coming," bro, I'm going to literally sit there and just close my eyes and swing as hard as I can because I don't know where the hell it's going.
Yeah,
like these dudes are if you know what pitch is coming, great, whatever. That's to a certain extent, like yes, like you can adjust to that, But at the end of the day, like it's so much harder. It's harder to hit a baseball just in general than it is to do any other thing. You can sit there and make a basket. You can shoot a basketball. Obviously, you're not going to be LeBron James, but you can at least shoot the basket like at least 3, 4, 5 out of 10 times you're going to make the shot. But try hitting a fastball 3 out of 10 times in your career, like good luck.
Yeah.
It's very unrealistic to sit there and expect that out of a normal person, you know?
Yeah, because anybody can like go up and play basketball and shoot hoops and like go play soccer and kick a ball into a net, but it's the hardest thing to hit a baseball coming at you with that velocity.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
I
nobody
faced,
can do it.
yeah.
It's my
Dude, I
favorite
faced a
thing to
kid
watch, like
in
big
high
football
school.
players try to do it. You know, when they're like, "Oh yeah, baseball is like a bitch sport. You don't do anything," and they go up and try to hit a 60-mile-per-hour changeup, and they can't.
You know, it's like
hilarious.
if you were to sit there and go try to hit like as far as like in softball, dude, I would not be able to sit there and hit that. I'm sure most of us would because the ball's coming from a different angle. You don't sit there and deal with a rising fastball in baseball. You don't sit there and deal with, I mean, the same things that you do in softball as you do baseball.
It's also insanely close. Like they have much less reaction time than we do.
Yeah. No,
Because they throw
it's
like
crazy.
they're like 10 feet away from each other, throwing it as hard as they possibly can. It's scary, dude. From that
Exactly.
distance,
It's
I'm like,
ridiculous. I used to play.
No,
I know the
Go ahead,
fences
go
are
ahead. I'm
shorter
sorry.
and whatnot, but like shit. At the end of the day, it's so close to you, it's hard to hit. Even slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
Softballs are hard to square up, man. With a skinny bat and a large ball, it's hard to square up. You pop out a lot. Trust me.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
for
really
sure.
tough.
Slow pitch
It's
softball.
really
No,
tough.
and don't get me wrong, like, I don't sit there and condone as far as any kind of cheating. It sucked. I mean, the Astros being stupid, like sat there and like I guess they got cocky and like ended up getting caught cheating, and it sucks because like I'm a huge Astros fan, but like as a fan, like I'm pissed because they cheated. Like, bro, you have some of the best pitching in the major leagues. You have some of the best hitting in the major leagues, but you felt it necessary to sit there and cheat to try to win a World Series. Like that's not necessary. You have the ability, you have the talent. And you chose to sit there and go this direction? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, like they didn't have to.
Like, we expect as fans, we expect so much more from the people that we look up to. And they sit there and like, oh, yeah, the only way we can win was by cheating. Like, no, you have the talent and ability. Use it. Like, come on. It's like, I mean, like with steroids, like, again, I don't care one way or the other. Like, I mean, like, a bunch of, like, it happens, you know? But whenever it comes to like cheating, whether it comes to steroids, like they're both forms of cheating. You can't sit there and say like, okay, one's better than the other. But people sit there and say, well, I'd rather you sit there and take steroids and know what pitch is coming. I mean, you could argue either way, obviously. But being an Astros fan, I'm like, dude, like you didn't have to do that. Just like y'all are such a great team without the whole cheating aspect of it. But y'all felt this was the only way to win. Like, come on, get real.
Yeah, like the 2020 postseason, they were like absolutely cracked against the Rays. I thought they were actually going to make that comeback victory, like in
because they were down 3-0, weren't they?
Yeah, they were down 3-0.
Yeah, and then they came back 3-3.
I was getting
3-3
scared. I was getting so scared watching that series. I was like, "Oh my god, it's actually going to happen!" Because Correa popped off. Altuve was hitting home runs in the first inning, like the first 4 games of the series. And it was just crazy. The only one who wasn't really doing much was Alex Bregman. He was struggling a little bit.
Yeah,
I noticed during that series, but like they didn't cheat at all this year. They didn't need it. They proved
exactly,
that they could do it.
They still almost beat one of the best teams in the major leagues in the Rays, who had such a great, I mean, like team overall. Like, I mean, they just played so well as a team together. And then the Astros almost sat there and took them out after being down 3-0. Like the only time that's ever happened was whenever the Red Sox came back from 3-0 and beat the Yankees. Like that doesn't happen very often, and it almost happened again last year.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what pisses me off. It's like, bro, you're such a good team, and you sit there and chose this was the best way to win a World Series. Like, come on, man. And I was actually at I think it was game 5 of the World Series of 2017, whenever I think Kershaw was pitching. It was like that crazy, like back and forth game where apparently the Astros, like, didn't swing and miss at, like, any of, like, Kershaw's off-speed pitches. I'm like, come on, man. Don't make it so obvious that you're sitting there and cheating. Like, just swing and miss if you have to. Don't sit there and like make it so blatant that you're sitting there and going and then like cheating, and like it just sucks, man. Because in the moment, it's such an incredible feeling sitting there and watching the game, sitting up and down. Like as a fan, like bro, you're so hyped for the Astros, and after the fact, you're like, wait, so you're telling me that you had to sit there and cheat to get to this point? Like I'm not happy about that. It sucks.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be frustrated for sure.
Oh,
even worse because like I can't sit there and be a fan of any other team without being a bandwagon fan. So I'm stuck being an Astros fan, a Texans fan, a Rockets fan. All 3 teams with terrible, like as far as ownership, terrible management, all of the above, man. I'm just here like, so when's this gonna turn around? Never? Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, speaking of terrible ownership, the Anaheim Angels.
Hey, the Los Angeles Angels of
possibly-
Anaheim, please.
Yeah, you know why they did that, right? It's because Artie Moreno's Hispanic, and he wants more Hispanic people to like the Angels, and they like Los Angeles teams, so he named them the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to try to get a more like Hispanic and Latino audience.
Hey, why you got a
That's
problem
literally-
against Latinos?
No,
I'm
that's
Mexican,
literally
okay?
the reason that he did it. That's literally the reason that he changed the name. Like that's why it's such a weird, stupid name that they're not even from Los Angeles.
Yo, just like the Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles, man. That's a great team name right there.
Yeah, right.
Great team name.
How dumb. All right,
Oh,
but
man.
anyways, in conclusion, well, we didn't talk about the Angels rotation.
We didn't talk
at
about
all.
their lineup at all. We didn't talk about as far as.
Well, we didn't even talk
That was
about the
good.
rotation. The Shohei Ohtani, I think, is going to be absolutely lights out this year. I'm very high on him. He looked amazing in 2018 when he was healthy, and now he's back with life on his fastball. He's still getting the control down. I don't think he'll be as good as he was in 2018, starting off pitching at least, but I do think he'll be a very solid pitcher. Probably have an ERA around 3, maybe get 100 plus strikeouts, maybe win 10 or more games, something like that. Dylan Bundy looked
Hopefully, man.
amazing.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
would love to see Ohtani stay healthy and do well, man, because like that dude is such an incredible talent that the MLB deserves. Because he is, I mean, with a bat, he can sit there and pitch. If he can sit there and just like pretty much keep his body as far as in great shape and not get injured, man, dude, that dude can do incredible things.
Oh, it's
100%.
insane. And not to mention
Yeah.
that he's the strongest player on the Angel. Quote from Mike Trout: "He's the strongest."
Bro,
player on
he's
the
yoked.
Angels."
Have you seen him like during the
Oh, yeah.
offseason?
No, he's insane.
Oh my goodness,
But
man.
also, what I love about Shohei Ohtani, which I guess we'll get a little more into when we talk about the hitting. This man, first of all, he doesn't hit to right field. He doesn't pull the ball. All he does is hit to left field and center field. All 5 of his home runs this spring have either been over the batter's eye in dead center field or in the furthest part of the left field corner, which is just not something that lefties do. Like you see Joey Gallo, Matt Olson, they just live in right field. Didi Gregorius, they live in right field. They hardly ever go oppo. And Shohei Ohtani just says, fuck it. And literally, I've seen Twitter posts about this where pitchers literally tweet his home runs and be like, this is why I'm not in the MLB anymore. Because Shohei Ohtani will take an inside pitch that's about to hit him and hit it out to left field in a pitcher's ballpark. He's just fucking
he's
ridiculous,
nuts, man.
dude. And he looks
He's
like he's
nuts,
not
like-
even trying. You'll see a 470-foot home run. That's like the thumbnail. Then you click on it, and it looks like he didn't even get all of it. You're just like, that's a pop out to
It's
center.
crazy, man.
He
Like
just
the way he
fucking
sits there and
goes.
goes like, I mean, like just goes inside out to ball that is literally on his hands
Yep.
and just absolutely just like turns on it.
Yeah, and he crushes it.
Hold on,
And
I
right now,
gotta-
he's just...
You gotta celebrate
What are we celebrating?
being on the podcast. What do you mean?
Yeah, right? What's there not to celebrate?
I'm celebrating.
No,
too.
actually, real quick, I have something to celebrate. I figured out how to record it, so I don't have to screen record it anymore.
Hey, let's go.
That's
Woo,
exciting.
hey,
There you go.
That's a drinking for me right there.
That's a drank right there.
Yup.
Yep.
It's a big
You
dub.
already know.
Yeah, so I'm obviously super high on Shohei Ohtani. I think Griffin Canning, this is the hottest take I have about the Angels, has all-star potential. Not saying he has Cy Young potential. I think he can make the all-star team. Like Matt Shoemaker did so many years ago, which you never would have, pegged Matt Shoemaker as a all-star. I think Griffin Canning has that kind of potential. He looked amazing at the end of last year. He absolutely diced up the Padres, made him look fucking stupid. He has an amazing curveball, and he has really good life on his fastball. I think Griffin Canning could definitely be, like I said, kind of like that all-star potential, maybe a good number 2, kind of like Dylan Bundy tier. I think he has that kind of ceiling. Andrew Haney has been a great prospect forever. It just never panned out. So I'm just going to say it. He's going to have an ERA exactly at 4, maybe 3.8, close to that. Same thing, good curveball, just can't figure it out. He'll have a great first few innings and then just implode, or he'll have a really bad first inning and just can't make it out. And then I legitimately don't know anything about Alex Cobb except for that he looks like Garrett Cole, and apparently his splitter's getting better, according to Mick.
No, I saw a clip of his splitter. It looked fucking disgusting. So
Hopefully,
Yeah,
man,
I know
we'll
what clip.
see.
I know what clip you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'd love to see Alex Cobb. I know he used to be good for the Rays, but everybody's good for the Rays.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
2013, 2014.
I mean, he's
Exactly.
still, what, he's like 32, 31?
32,
33.
33?
He's
Yeah.
33. So, and I just completely exited out of the Angels roster, but Jose Quintana is also a pitcher for the Angels, despite what I would have liked to have happened this offseason. He's okay. He's all right. He's another lefty, I guess. I really don't know. And we talk about
Hey, you guys,
every
we
week.
got a lefty.
Yeah,
Should've went
honestly,
for James Paxton.
that's what he is. He's basically the equivalent of me as a high school pitcher. You know, he's not gonna go crazy. Once upon a time, he was really good. Oh, Nick Anderson is gonna be out for at least half the season. Just got that
Yikes, man.
notification.
That's a huge loss right
It's a
there.
huge blow for the Rays.
Wow,
I have to redo my
that's a
predictions.
huge blow right there.
Yeah, it's talking about relievers. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think our rotation's okay. I think our rotation's actually good enough if we had a stellar bullpen, but we don't. You know, if we had like the 2015 Royals bullpen with this rotation, we could definitely make the playoffs and maybe even make a deep run. But without a solid ace at the top of the rotation and a solid bullpen behind him, that's the reason that I don't see the Angels doing too much this year. Do you guys have anything to add on their pitching?
Hopefully they can stay healthy because, I mean, they don't really have a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's really and truly what it comes down to, man. If they can sit there and stay healthy, then, I mean, they have a shot. I mean, like, again, I think they're going to be, I mean, second or third place, depending on the pitching. The hitting we know is there. I mean, they have Jared Walsh, they have Fletcher, they have obviously Mike Trout. I mean, Rendon as well. Max Stassi, they have Justin Upton, who's, I mean, on the latter half of his career, but nonetheless still a great hitter. They got the bats. It depends on the pitching, what they can do.
There is one guy who's been doing really well this spring, and he's a really young stud prospect for us. Obviously, we have Reed Detmers in the minors. I don't think he's going to come up this year, at least until the end of the year. Chris Rodriguez, though, he is 1 year older than I am, so he's a 22-year-old stud pitcher for us, and he's looked amazing this spring. He's just been absolutely slicing and dicing out there. He struck out guys like Joey Votto, who just doesn't strike out. I think he struck out Jose Abreu when we played the White Sox, but he's just been looking phenomenal, like major league ready pitching. I think he'll probably land a bullpen spot, whether it's making the opening day roster or if he comes up later. So that's a nice, exciting young arm we have there. And then some of those like back end starters, like Patrick Sandoval used to be a starter. They'll probably kind of pick up the slack there in the bullpen. So hopefully that could be our saving grace, but I don't know. Not super confident about it. It's kind of like this conversation I've been having about these Angels for the last 5 years or so. Now it is kind of funny.
Let's see if they can get there.
Yeah, right. There's a new category invented just for Shohei Ohtani on the roster that says two-way players. So that's a fun one. So
Cool.
The Angels lineup has been very interesting this spring. They've been kind of mixing with some things. They're planning, a report came out, Joe Madden's planning on having Trout in the 3-hole. So let's see. We have Shohei Ohtani, obviously the two-way player. Anthony Bemboom just got optioned, but Max Stassi and Kurt Suzuki are going to be our catchers. Franklin Barreto also just got optioned, but David Fletcher, Jose Iglesias, Albert Pujols, Anthony Rendon, Luis Rengifo also got optioned. I believe... I'm trying to think of his name. I think it's Jose Rojas is the guy who's going to be taking Rengifo's spot on the roster. We obviously had Jared Walsh, who was amazing for the last half of last year. Dexter Fowler, a mediocre offseason acquisition. Mike Trout, the best player in baseball. Yeah, right? He's also 6'5", by the way, Dexter Fowler is. Fun fact.
What?
Yeah,
You think
right?
that's going to make him be able to
I'm
hang out?
just saying. I
Yeah,
didn't know he was 6'5". Did you know he was 6'5"?
Bro, most baseball players are not that tall.
I knew
Yeah.
he was tall, but I
That's
didn't think he was
nuts, man.
that tall.
Yeah,
I
right?
knew he was tall.
I just thought that was surprising. And then obviously Justin Upton. We also have Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward's kind of a guy that's like Jared Walsh. I feel like they have a little bit of potential with the bat. So he'd probably be our backup outfielder at the moment. We also have Juan Lagares has potential to make the roster, mostly as a defensive replacement to play every once in a while, switch out with maybe Dexter Fowler. And John Jay, Phil Gosselin, and who is the other guy? Scott Schebler. Scott Schebler's hit like 3 or 4 home runs for us this spring, so I think he has a chance to make the roster. So there's a lot of different options. None of them are good, though. So we kind of have that weird bench gap of like, kind of like we talked about with the Braves, where there's just not a lot there, but there's a lot of options. quantity over quality.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Lightning in the bottle.
Depth issues, yeah.
Yeah, you never know. So obviously lineups cracked.
Yeah, I mean this
absolutely
lineup's gonna
cracked.
score an absolute shit ton of runs. Like there's no other way to put it. It's gonna be ridiculous.
You have two of the top 10
comes down
players
to
in
the pitching.
baseball.
They have to score because they're gonna win a lot of. I don't know. They're not going to win a lot of games, but they're going
15
to
to
win
10
a lot of
games.
slugfests.
The games that they win will be slugfest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what they got to do.
High scoring games.
And the games that they lose are also going to be slugfests. They're just not going to come out on top because that's how bad the pitching is.
True.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like I feel like what team was I talking about the other day? They're gonna. I said they're gonna win a lot of 1-0, 2-1 games. The exact opposite. For the Angels. Cleveland. Yes. The exact fucking opposite for the Angels. They're gonna win a lot of 10-6 games and lose a lot of 10-6 games.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do like how balanced our lineup is, and I'm also I'm in love with Jose Iglesias, man. This guy is so fun to watch. He is so fun to watch.
I was just about to say his club has been insane this spring.
Yeah. He was like, all right, Angels fans, I'm about to be your favorite player. Just watch this.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Hold my beer.
Yeah, he's like Andrelton who? Yeah, he made me forget that we even had Andrelton Simmons. I do not miss Andrelton Simmons.
Bro, I was gonna say this. I'm like, where did Anderson go? Because I know he was like on the.
Nah, he's in Minnesota now.
Was he really?
Yeah, he's on the Twins. 1 year deal. 1 year 11 mil. 1 year 10 mil. Something like that.
I think it's 10.
Yeah, it was something like that.
That's crazy.
The Stassinator, Max Stassi, cracked, bro. I have a lot of faith in this guy, man. Exit velocity. Trash Panda knows all about him, man. Houston Astros legend Max Stassi.
Legend Max Stassi by the Astros.
No, he's got some potential with the bat, and then Kurt Suzuki's a very nice backup catcher to have. Nice little veteran presence there as well. If Max Stassi's can hold a candle to what he put up last year, he'll be a very good option there at catcher. More of an underrated bat. Obviously, David Fletcher's a great leadoff hitter to have. Jose Iglesias is honestly going to be at the bottom of the order. He's probably going to be bat like 7th or 8th down there with a combination of Dexter Fowler and everybody else. Anthony Rendon, ranked as the best third baseman in all of baseball. And
I don't know about that one.
He's ranked there. I'm just saying he's ranked there. I'm not saying if he is or not, but...
Dude's from Houston. I wouldn't sit there and rank him.
He's
top five for sure.
Yeah, well, he's the
but
top.
I feel like the amount that he got paid, like I don't think he's that good. Like he's good, but he's not like the contract he signed. I felt like it was just they paid him for his bat.
Yeah, his defense isn't bad.
Else.
It's not as good.
It's not bad, but it's not great. It's not like an Arenado or it's not like a Chapman type defender. Right there.
It's not. But his bat's a lot better than a Chapman and potentially Arenado, depending on what he looks like outside of Coors. But
true.
Nah, he was ranked as a top 10 player in baseball by MLB, and then obviously Mike Trout was ranked at the number 1. So we're one of 3 teams that has 2 players in the top 10. The other 2 being World Series contenders, and the Braves and the Dodgers.
Good thing all it takes is 2 players in your team to sit there and win a World Series, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Shohei Ohtani will be the number 1 ranked player in baseball next year, though. So we'll have 3 of them in the top 10. That'll be nice. David Fletcher, obviously the GOAT. Albert Pujols in his last year, only making a crisp $35 million this year. We'll take it.
But Justin Upton, when's his last?
I think he has one more year. One more year. He's making like 22 mil this year, though.
That's gonna be nice to get that off the books.
I hope he's just healthy this year, man. The last few years he's come into the season had some.
He's only 33 years old, man.
Yeah,
like it's crazy thing about it. Like, he's not that old, but at the end of the day, with baseball. When you're getting paid that much and you're not producing as well, like the way Upton's not producing at the plate, you gotta sit there and go with the younger players.
Yeah. He still has the power numbers there. He's just not hitting anything else, and his defense is just cringeworthy. It's awful. Because you'd say what you want about Albert Pujols, but he can at least still defend worth a damn. Justin
dude,
Upton,
what do you mean? That dude moonwalks everywhere he goes. That's how slow he is.
He's still got defense though. That's what I'm saying. You can roast his speed and whatnot, but his defense is still up there. I'm really excited to see what Jared Walsh does this season too. I really want to see if he's
for sure.
like actually what we saw last year. Yeah, he's one of those storylines I'm definitely going to be watching. And Dexter Fowler looks like a really fun guy to have around the clubhouse, man. Like I know he sucks at baseball, but he seems Seems like he'll be a fun guy, lighten the mood a little bit, kind of like the class clown.
He'd be like the hype guy of the group.
Yeah, right. 6'5", just chilling in the dugout, making fun of all the short guys. I don't know.
David Fletcher and Jose Iglesias.
Imagine if Altuve was on that team. He'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like just tap him, like just kind of like pat him on his head.
David Fletcher is 5'9". I'm taller than David Fletcher. I'm
yeah.
happy
I mean,
about
that's
that.
pretty much Altuve right there.
Wait, oh shit, I'm shorter than David Fletcher. Damn it.
We do have Aaron Slegers, by the
What?
way. Aaron Slegers in our bullpen
No,
is
that's how are
6'10".
you?
I'm like 5'10", 5'11". Depends on. I haven't really measured myself in a few years, but
It depends on the day, you know.
yeah, it depends on the day. I'm a tall 5'10". A tall
I think
5'10".
I'm like 5'8" and a half.
An even 6 foot, so I'll take that.
Oh yeah, you're definitely. Yeah, I'm not 6
Then
foot.
you're the tallest in the group because I'm like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah,
I'm
just missed it.
I'm the oldest of the diamond in the rough and the shortest.
Big red.
Hey, that just means you're the diamond in the rough. That's all you got to know.
I love it.
We'll be here all week.
But anyways, I love our lineup so much. I just wish all they had to do was go out and spend some money this offseason. All they had
I'm
to do.
pitching, and they just chose not to.
There was so
Imagine.
much pitching available too. So many good relievers. So many good.
It's cool though. They
starters.
just keep signing bats. Like they'll just out hit everybody else. It's not a big deal.
Well, our new GM's really trying to go for chemistry, is what he keeps talking about, which is why he traded for Jose Iglesias, which is why he is signing all these random guys like Alex Claudio because he thinks they'll be good fits. And I just don't think that is something that works, but he seems to think it will be, and he has a lot of experience.
Doesn't make any sense though. Like
not at all.
you're bringing in people for team chemistry, but yet they've never sat there and played or worked with other people that are on the same team as them. Like that makes no sense.
Oh, not at all.
Even
Not
I
one
know
bit.
that.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Apparently he thinks it though, and they love to do fun stuff. Joe Madden's a very laid back, chill coach. He likes to play spike ball in spring training, kind of do some team building exercises. Yeah, they're trying to go for like good vibes, and that's how they're gonna make the playoffs with good vibes.
That's how they won games.
The Angels are in for a rough year. I'll say that. That
Sounds good to
I
me.
don't know if that's a hot take, but
They are.
But I feel all right. So I feel like, not to cut you off, Nolan, but I feel like we've talked about the Angels a lot, and I know we're going to talk about our next team a lot. Trash Pandas, Astros. Luckily, we're probably not going to talk about the Rangers very much.
Same with
So
the
sorry,
Mariners.
Rangers fans. But if we want to go ahead, I will. I honestly have had a shit ton of water. I got to pee, but I will let Trash Panda here. I will let Trash Panda here introduce the Astros pitching staff. And it's actually the pitching staff is actually just
champs.
it's just one big pine tar blob. That's their entire pitching staff.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll
I mean,
go
at least you got something right. I mean, as y'all know, Astros, future AL West champs, future AL champs, future World Series champions of 2021. Let's just call it what it is. They're the best team in the major leagues. Let's just be real.
That's adorable. I love your optimism. We're gonna get this much worse. We're gonna lose 2 of our best players and another 2 to injury, and we're gonna be this much better next season. That's
how it works, man. Sometimes you gotta get rid of the garbage. You gotta get rid of the trash.
Oh my god.
No, it's tough, man. Sitting there and losing George Springer, you have Justin Verlander that's out. I mean, he's gonna be out for a good chunk of the year. This dude wants to pitch until he's 45 years old. I don't know. Like, he wants to be like Nolan Ryan. If that's the case with JV, he's gotta sit out the rest of the year. There's no shot. He had Tommy John, I think, like back in September of last year. There's no shot. If this dude wants to stay healthy until like he's 45, he needs to take off the rest of the year. Win or lose doesn't matter. This guy's got to sit there and rest his arm because I'm 31. Bro, I feel so many so much pain in my body. I can only imagine the kind of pain that these dudes endure during a 162 game season. It's actually crazy. Like he's got to sit there and make sure and maintain and take care of his body if he wants to sit there and pitch any longer. I know, JV. I know he wants to stay in Houston. Like this dude is like all about Houston and the way they've treated him, the way they sat there and took care of him. And I know he'll sit there and stay with Houston if he takes care of himself. If not, Houston will be like, hey, you know what? Maybe it won't work out. Like, sorry, it sucks to suck, you know. We have Greinke as well, who's pretty much, towards the end of his career, but still, he doesn't throw hard, but he's got great control of his pitches. He's got the bat to sit there and back it up. Obviously, being in the AL, you're gonna have DH, which I know Greinke doesn't like at all. but this dude can sit there and pretty much pitch with the rest of them. Like, even though he can't sit there and throw 102 like Chapman can, even though Altuve took Chapman yard in 2019, was it?
Mike fires. Mike fires. Mike fires. Mike fires. Mike fires. Mike fires.
Oh, the dude that's out there and courted a 16-year-old girl. All right, cool. Let's go. I got you.
I didn't even know about that.
You didn't?
I didn't hear about that. No.
Apparently, in certain states, it's legal to sit there and like talk to or like have like consensual relations with a girl that's like 16 years old, and I forget what state like he was in or whatever whenever this happened, but apparently he was sitting there and like he talked to, texted, and like had this like it was a 16-year-old girl that he had over like at his place, and like she had like posted pictures online and everything about it.
Damn,
that's kind of fucked. That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a different story for a different day, and that's why that's one of the reasons why Mike Fires I feel like to me is a piece of shit. First and foremost,
I understand it.
I mean, regardless, like the dude, he felt it was the right thing to do, sit there and like blow the whistle on Astros. I don't really care, whatever, you know. But then this dude with his like little mustache that goes like I don't know what he tried to do with that thing. Like, come on, bro, get real. Be an adult. Don't sit there and like have a mustache that's like turns into like a what is it, like a curly like.
It just goes like this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't like Mike Fires as a person. Thought the beard thing was kind of dope for one start, whatever, you know. But I don't like him as a person. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I don't like what he brings to the field. I mean, am I glad he blew the whistle on the Astro stuff? Definitely.
I'm not mad about him for doing that, honestly. Like, I mean, he felt like it was the right thing to do. Hey, you know what? I can't sit there and judge him. I can't sit there and say, like, hey, you know what? Like, you didn't do the right thing. Like, you didn't go about it the right way. I mean, anybody could have done anybody with any team, and he was just like, he felt it was the right thing to do, and good for him. But then you sit there and, like, think it's okay and talk to the 16-year-old girl and, like anyways, that's a different story for a different day.
Yeah, there's lines you don't cross. There's lines you don't cross.
Yeah, and then, I mean, but then again, the same could be said about, like, Deshaun Watson in Houston, and, again, different story, different day. I mean, we have Greinke who's going to be the ace. I mean, love the dude. Just such a class act. Not only that, but I love the fact that this dude will sit there and speak his mind. He'll sit there and say, I don't want to talk. I hate sitting there and talking to fans. I hate talking to the media because this dude deals with anxiety, but he's upfront and honest about it. I respect the hell out of that. I would rather have that dude on my team any single day than somebody else that would sit there and fake it or sit there and say, like, you know what, like, yeah, I'll do what I got to do. No, he's like, dude, I can't deal with that. And it's like, you know what? I respect the hell out of you for sitting there and speaking your mind and telling us, like, what's wrong rather than sitting there and trying to hide it. Because especially with dudes, with men, the amount of times we sit there and we're like, nah, we're badasses. We're tough. We can do whatever the hell we want whenever we want. We can deal with anything. We can't, bro. Like, let's be real. We're babies. Whenever we're sick, bro, we're the biggest babies ever. My wife will sit there and, like, take care of me whenever I have a tummy ache. Like, come on, man. She'll sit there. She'll have the flu, 103-degree flu. She'll sit there and be like, babe, I got to take care of the kids to school. I got to go to work. I got to go to school. I got to do this. I got to do that. All while being sick, and I'm over here with like a tummy ache and just like, babe, I'm dying. She's like, you're not dying. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I am. But no, and I respect the hell out of Greinke for that, for sitting there and speaking his mind and telling the truth and telling it how it is. I mean,
no, dude, I agree with, like, if you bring up the Chapman home run in 2019 one more time, I might just start sobbing right now. So.
Oh man, dude. And then like, I'm so glad to see Lance McCullers back. I know he was out for good chunk of the past 2 years with injuries, and I mean, thankfully the Astros re-signed him because he's a great addition to the team. I mean, dude's got all-star potential. I mean, really and truly, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was.
I don't like what he like. Yeah, he's a good pitcher. I just don't like him as a person. I don't know why. He just rubs me the wrong fucking way.
I feel you, dude. I mean, I don't disagree with you. I mean, he. And that's
just the way he looks, or
doesn't seem. I mean, I know behind closed doors. I mean, you were in high school.
One of those punchable faces, man.
We were all in high school. Most of us played baseball. A lot of baseball players are douches. Let's be honest. So probably a majority of the major leagues are assholes. We just don't know about it. So maybe Lance McCullers is just one that we kind of have that intuition about. Just might be a douche. We're just not sure.
Well, I think there's a lot of social media stuff that he does too. That's like.
Oh yeah, like no, that's fucking Josh Reddick, bro. Absolute worst, dude. Worst baseball
Yeah, I agree
player.
with that.
No, wait, who's that guy? Oh, he's all over social media.
Isn't it Andrelton Simmons?
Anderson Simmons.
No,
just
I'm
posts
thinking
like
this guy's
cringy
retired. He's like
conspiracy shit.
he's like
Aubrey
oh,
Huff.
yeah.
Aubrey Huff. Aubrey
No, no,
Huff.
no, no,
Aubrey
no.
Huff.
Yeah,
Aubrey
there's
Huff.
Aubrey
That
Huff,
guy.
but they also know
Jose
Dykstra.
Canseco. Oh, Dykstra.
Lenny Dykstra. Yeah, dude.
I
that
see
dude,
him every once
bro,
in a while.
This dude literally tweeted out, he's like, yeah, I would smash that. Like some like person that was like apparently some lady that was hired by the Mets or organization or something. He's like, yeah, I would hit that. I'm like, wait, like this dude really just sat there and said that? Like, you're out of your mind, bro.
He's fucking wild. There's some like YouTube documentaries about him. He's fucking insane, like clinically insane.
It's nuts, man. Yeah, but Aubrey Huff as well is another one. It's been like, hey, you know
He's
what?
just an awful
like,
person.
Speak your mind, that's fine. But dude, there's certain lines you just don't cross.
Exactly.
Sit there and respect other people. And like, here's the thing. And here's something that's always like bothered me is the fact that like, I don't mind being okay with other people's opinions, but the moment I have an opinion and you tell me I'm wrong, I'm like, but that's my opinion. I respect yours. Respect mine. Because the fact that I can sit there and respect your opinion as well. Like, yeah, no, but I don't because you're wrong. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
You would think so, but a lot of people don't agree.
Yeah.
Just the thing with Aubrey Huff, he's like, I just saw this like I don't follow him, but I saw so many people retweeted it. He was like, he posted this picture of himself. He's like, "Fuck your vaccine! Like my body, my 40-year-old body is a temple. All the like my body is gonna do what it's designed to do." And then all the comments are like, "Bro, you're 40. You look 60. What the fuck went wrong?"
Aubrey Huff does not have a temple.
It's hilarious. He's like, dude, I look way younger than you, and I'm older than you. Like, what the hell happened?
And here's the thing, though. And I mean, I witnessed it firsthand. I have so I have my grandma on my dad's side, grandma on my mom's side. One of them passed away from cancer. The other one has smoked since she's like in her teens. Up until now, will smoke like at least a pack of cigarettes a day. Hasn't had any health issues, hasn't had anything wrong, like literally nothing. But the one that doesn't smoke, the one that takes care of her body, she passed away from colon cancer. She had breast cancer. She had ovarian cancer. She had every kind of cancer you could imagine. But even though she took care of her body, it's not really like what you do with your body. Like sometimes life just sits there and I mean just deals you like a bad hand, and it happens, man. Like you can't sit there and do anything about it. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I just love how cocky he was, and everyone was like, "Bro,
like, bro, you look like shit.
You look awful, man."
Yeah. I had to block Aubrey Huff for my mental health. I had to.
No, that's how I feel about any celebrity that posts anything. Just don't go to the comments; it'll fuck you up. Because it just shows you, like, okay, these are people that live in the same country as me and are helping decide what happens to the country, and it is just such a clusterfuck. And it's so bad, dude. It is so bad. Just
don't even get me started. Don't get me started on Biden, who can't even know. He doesn't know left from right. Like, let's be real. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect anybody who's a president, but it's like whenever you literally sit there and don't know left from right, and you just sit there and don't know, like he didn't remember who was in charge of like which office. I'm like, okay, like, and you're our president. You're like the person that's supposed to sit there and be in charge of our whole country, and you don't know who's in charge of what. I'm like, okay, all right.
I just laugh at the memes. I saw one that was like, they warned you about the radical left, and it's Biden falling down the stairs on a skateboard.
I love those memes of Joe Biden.
I just fuck with the memes, man.
Real quick,
right,
just to transition back to the trash throws.
I'm sorry, you said who again?
I said the trash.
It's in your name, bro. You kind of walked.
Remember that one time in 2019? You know, Altuve, the dude that's like 5'0", literally hit an absolute bomb shot off of Araldis.
And Howie Kendrick off the foul pole, and the Nationals have taken the lead.
Oh, dude, I was there at that game. I don't want to talk about it. Dude.
Were you actually?
Honest, no.
Oh my God, did we hurt your feelings?
I was.
I'm so sorry.
I was there at Game 7, right?
No
I felt so bad. There were two dudes in front of us that were actually Nationals fans that were getting like harassed by Astros fans. I'm like, look, dude, I'm an Astro fan, but if anybody fucks with you, let me know, and we will sit there and put them in their place. Don't worry about it. Like, we got your back. I don't care who wins. I don't care about what. Like, you're a human. You're a human being, right? Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I got your back. I don't care if you're a Nationals fan, Astros fan, whatever you are, bro. You don't treat somebody that way, regardless of where you're at, how you're at, whatever it is, whoever you are. doesn't matter, dude. You don't treat somebody else with disrespect like that.
Exactly.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
That ruins the fun of
you
it
know,
too, because like it's
I mean,
fun
I
to
did
fuck
punch
with
him
other
for
fan
because the
bases.
Nationals won, but that's besides the point. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't punch him.
Yeah. Did you see that news
No, man,
report
but
about the
that
guy
was-
who fell from the second story? It's just-
We don't. Hey,
it wasn't
shh, we
related to
don't
the
talk about
story
that.
at all. It
Wasn't
wasn't related to this. That's just
It
another.
wasn't me.
It's a fun little
Wink.
tidbit.
Exactly. But did you? I know we're talking about their rotation. We talked about their bullpen.
I mean, we've gotten to Lance
didn't-
McCullers, man. We haven't even talked about Odorizzi. We haven't talked about Christian Javier. We haven't talked about Jose Urquidy. Like these dudes, like I mean, they have a great rotation even without JV. And the thing is,
No,
once
they have
JV
a
comes
great
back,
rotation. Believe it.
once
I believe
once
you.
JV comes back, hopefully this year. But I mean, I'm really hoping he takes a year off and takes care of his body, and the Astros can find a way to re-sign him. Because he deserves to be on the Astros, and he's got the potential to sit there and to pitch until he's 45. The way he's taking care of his body and the way he's, I mean, even with Detroit, I know he kind of had like his like ups and downs in Detroit, and then coming to Houston, it kind of revitalized his career. I mean, I don't know if it was that or Kate Upton, but it doesn't really matter. Like, dude's like, he's really turned into a different baseball player when coming to Houston, right? And he's done so well for himself. Y'all are still laughing about the.
No, I was.
He was
Nick
dating
lost
Kate
it.
Upton in Detroit before he got hurt.
Well, no, I think it was he got hurt in Detroit, and then he was pretty much he was like to the point of like he didn't know what he was gonna do. He didn't know how he was gonna do it. Then he met Kate Upton, went to Houston, and like bro, like now they're just like it's just like Houston, Kate Upton, and JV like just go together like as people say, lamb and tuna fish, right? That's the saying. Okay, I guess y'all
Bro,
haven't sat there.
I'm never.
Sounds like a
watching-
Texas thing.
I'm
Y'all
never
watch,
sounds
watching
like a
y'all haven't watched
Texas
Big
thing.
Daddy, then oh my god, y'all are just babies. Watch Big Daddy, then you'll understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
What did you say? What did you say?
From Big Daddy, Rob Schneider, and he was like, it's like a lamb and tuna fish, and he's like, everybody's like, oh, gross. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, like spaghetti and meatball.
Oh, okay, I get that. I get that. I saw that movie a long time ago.
That's why I sit there and say like lamb and tuna fish. But anyways,
Just so we're clear, Justin Verlander and Kate Upton met in 2012, and they were, hanging and whatnot, and then they got married in 2017, right after he got traded to the Astros. Just so we're clear on the time frame there.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were with the paparazzi and TMZ. My
I'm
bad.
just saying, man. I had to go in depth there.
Well, no, I just lost it because Nick was laughing so hard, and then all I could think about was just like increased sex drive makes you a better pitcher. And I was like,
Hey, you know what? It might.
probably
You
does.
never know.
Good,
It
yeah.
probably does.
I mean, that more testosterone, you throw the ball harder.
Yep.
I'm in.
Exactly. Let's go. Sign me up.
I'm a
but
pitching coach.
in all reality, but then whenever JV comes back, then you drop either Javier or Urquidy as far as to the pen. Dude, you got another great arm in the pen. Not only that, Astros signed Ryan Stanek. You still have Joe Smith. You have Ryan Presley as a closer. I mean, if you sit there and re-sign Osuna, then you've got a dominant pen. These dudes have the potential to win a World Series. It pretty much the stars line, obviously. But not only that, but they have the potential to, with their pitching staff alone, to go really, really deep into the postseason. And then
They absolutely do. I agree. Like, I think a lot of people are underrating this team.
Yeah,
I
like you
will
got
underrate this
Pedro
team till
Baez,
the day
too.
I die. I don't think it's nearly as good as it was last year. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't like the bullpen that much, and the rotation's decent without Justin Verlander, but it's not nearly as good as the best teams in baseball. I wouldn't consider them a contender. Probably better than most of the teams in the AL West, and they probably could win the division and probably will, but I don't think they're a contender.
which teams are better than them in the AL right now?
The Yankees
In
by
the AL?
far, the White Sox by far. Without Nick Anderson, I'm not sure if the Rays are, but before Nick Anderson went down, definitely the Rays.
I mean, but okay, so because of Nick Anderson at that point, like the thing is with the Rays,
I'm just saying,
they sat there and trade away. I mean, Blake Snell to the Padres. They sat there. I mean, they've given away part of their team. The thing with the Rays is they're always going to sit there. I mean, yeah, they have Randy Rosarina. They have young guys, but the thing is they've never sat there and competed at such a high level with the team they have now. They did. I mean, but the thing is, like, whenever it's like the Athletics. Whenever you sit there, like, they can't re-sign a lot of players because they don't have the money to do that.
yeah,
They got to sit there and play small ball. They got to sit there and play money ball pretty much.
well, that's why they're so good in the regular season, but they're so bad in the postseason. So I agree, the Astros could definitely go deeper in the postseason than the A's could. but at the end of the day, they're going to run into one of these juggernauts and lose. Like, I don't know.
But they also in the bullpen they signed Pedro Baez from the Dodgers, but he's on the IL.
Yeah, and Framber Valdez is also on the IL.
Yeah, but the Astros are like the Rays, in my opinion, where no matter who steps on the mound for the Astros, they're gonna be fucking disgusting and strike out Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. Like that's it. I just know that for a fact.
Will Smith.
They're gonna be whoever pitches for the Astros is gross. That's why I think people are underrating. Like you might not know the names, but it doesn't matter if you don't know the names because they're gonna be really damn good. It's really annoying. That's why I think people are underestimating the Rays and the Astros because they're not necessarily household names.
Yeah.
Like for me, the Astros are definitely the best team in the AL West.
No, and I agree. And I mean, not just because I'm trying to be a biased fan. Like, I mean, I've told you all straight up about the whole issue with the cheat. And I've told you everything how I feel about him. But I mean, obviously losing George Springer, it hurts a lot. But the fact that they were able to re-sign Michael Brantley, even though everybody thought that Brantley was going to go to Toronto, they were able to find a way to re-sign him. Like, for whatever reason, I don't even know why this dude signed back with Houston. I could see the fact. I mean, Correa is not going to re-sign with Houston for a fact. Like, this dude's ready to go.
Where the fuck is he going to play? Who wants this man? I know he's good. You don't have to tell me how good he is, but like I really thought he was going to be.
But he's a
I really thought he was going to be an Astro for life.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like the Mets have the best chance.
At Correa?
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to sign Lindor?
I feel like Lindor was only there for short term. If they end up signing Lindor, they could still find a way to sign Correa. But
Correa does he projects as the third baseman, so that kind of makes sense.
I mean, they also have to extend Conforto on the Mets too. So like, if they take Lindor out of the,
but would you rather have Conforto or would you rather have Correa?
If I'm a Mets fan, I'd rather have Conforto.
I mean, if
production, Conforto is very good. He might not be as good as Correa, but I don't have to deal with all the shit that Correa brings to the table.
Yeah, Correa
and I get to keep a homegrown star in Michael Conforto, who's really good.
I feel like Correa is just a clubhouse and PR nightmare outside of Houston.
I feel like Correa wasn't really a big issue up until the whole scandal in 2017.
Yeah, the interviews.
Then he's kind of found a way to he's found a way to sit there and make him look worse. And by have a change of scenery and sitting there and going down with a different team, a lot of these Astros players, that's why I'm so shocked that Michael Brantley re-signed. A lot of these Astros players, I can see them just leaving to sit there and get a better, I guess, outlook. Like with what's his name? The switch hitter, Marwin Gonzalez, wasn't it?
Yeah. He went to the Twins.
He went to the Twins, and you rarely hear anything about him anymore because he wanted to sit there and he knew what was going to happen. That's why he left.
Like, you want to know why you don't hear about him? Because he fucking sucks now that he's not on a cheating team.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that.
That's true.
Dude,
both statements are true. Yeah.
No, in reality, you're absolutely 100% right about that because the fact that now he can't sit there and he doesn't know what pitch is coming, bro, he's really not as good as he is.
Yeah.
And there's really not much more to say about that. And it sucks because the fact that other players pretty much sat there and got screwed over because the Astros sat there and cheated, and their players, when they left for free agency, got better deals than the ones that deserved it.
Yep.
And
I mean, Marlon Gonzalez got paid from the Twins because of the cheating.
I don't know about paid, but he got a decent contract.
He got a lot more money than he deserved.
Exactly. No, for his talents, he definitely got paid more than he deserved. Now, at that point, did he sit there and get paid, overpaid? A little bit. It wasn't anything crazy by any means. But he knew his worth, and that's why he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna sign with the Twins for this amount because I know that's more than my actual worth."
I mean, there's no universe where the Twins sign him again. No chance. They do not do that deal again.
Maybe not. We'll never know.
I mean, that is true.
But maybe not for that amount. But I mean, maybe the Twins will sit there and say, "Hey, maybe especially being a utility guy where he can sit there and play almost any position." That in itself increases work.
They don't do the same deal again. Is what I meant. Obviously.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit less, but nothing crazy by any means. But yeah, that's why I don't think Correa is gonna re-sign with the Astros by any means. Regardless of whatever amount they offer him, it will be an insult to him because he doesn't want to play in Houston. And I get that. That's the same thing with Springer. Springer never wanted to stay in Houston. This dude wanted to be gone a long time ago before the whole cheating scandal.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Correa is a guy that it's going to follow him. It's not going to follow Springer. It's not going to follow Marwin Gonzalez. It's not going to follow even was Charlie Morton, who was on the team too. It's not going to follow any of these guys, but it is going to follow Correa because of how vocal and how aggressive he was.
How vocal and how stupid he was to sit there and try and argue the fact, like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. Like,
Don't argue,
idiot,
just
are
apologize.
you stupid or are you stupid? Like, just sit there and it's like with A-Rod. A-Rod, yes, at first he was like, yeah, no, I didn't do it. Then he was like, bro, weeping, like, I'm so sorry. I took steroids when I was in Texas. I took steroids in Seattle because I had pressure on me. Where's he at now? Dude's like, I mean, I guess he's not with J-Lo anymore.
No, he isn't. He is with J-Lo still.
He is. They worked it out.
It was just a bad rumor that got out, apparently.
They worked it out? They worked it out? Can you say it one more time, please?
Can I get an exclamation point A in the chat?
Like, you know he's good, eh? No, but that's the thing, though. Admit you're wrong, and people will forgive you. This dude, Roger Clemens, will never be in the Hall of Fame because he never admitted to doing any wrong. He's one of the best pitchers that ever. I mean, is, and will be in the MLB ever. But he'll never make it to Cooperstown because he didn't sit there and admit his wrong. Barry Bonds, unfortunately, one of those as well that will never get there, which he deserved more than anybody else.
I agree.
But it's like, damn, dude. It's tough to sit there and see these dudes that are such great athletes and deserve this more than anybody else and just sit there and get screwed over. But not because of other people, but because of themselves, and they have too much righteousness and they have too much, like, they're just like, you know what? No, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I'm clean of any wrongdoing. No, dude. You're wrong. Admit it. If you get there, great. If not, then whatever. But you know what you did was wrong. And at that point, just suck it up, admit it, and move on, and people will forgive you. Like A-Rod. A-Rod may not be in the Hall of Fame, but damn, dude, this dude is loved by everybody because he sat there and admitted his wrong. And people are like, you know what? I can empathize and sympathize with that because I've been in that same position as you, and I've sat there and admitted my mistakes, and people will forgive me.
I was just about to say, like, if you're a player, like, if you've gotten in trouble or whatever, like, you're a Domingo Germán or one of these Roberto Ozuna, one of these guys, like, just do exactly what A-Rod did on his comeback tour. When he came back and started playing again, and then after he retired, like, he did everything right. And I give him credit for that. You said everyone loves A-Rod. I don't know if everyone loves A-Rod.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah. I'm like,
but like, just there's a good chance that A-Rod's in MLB The Show. We're all excited about A-Rod being in MLB The Show. We all know that there's no fucking chance Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, these guys aren't going to be in MLB The Show.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Exactly.
Rafael Palmeiro, yeah. I always forget about
that. I did not do anything wrong. And like 3 months later, it's like, oh, yeah, he's suspended for 60 days or 60 games for substance abuse. Like, fuck, bro. Come on.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. But like, if you're to your point, like, if you do it right, you still have a chance to redeem yourself. Like, even though A-Rod had the steroids things. Like,
admit your fault, admit you're wrong. We're all humans. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
But the moment that you think you're better than the person next to you and don't admit your faults, like, you're screwed. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. And that's what Carlos Correa does, I feel like. That's why bro, I
seriously,
don't like him.
Like, what do you mean? Like, come on, dude. Bro.
Straight up, I fuck with Altuve. I still like Altuve. I still like George Springer.
Fuck Altuve.
I hated Bregman before this, and I've honestly had a little more respect for Bregman since this came out because he seemed like a very sympathetic, he didn't, he was going to let his playing do the talking. He was going to play better. He was going to just shut the fuck up and play. And that's what they should have done. But then Correa goes out and not even the best player on the team. And he just fucking
big dumbass.
Yeah, he's just.
I mean, he played like the best player on. Like, to his credit, I don't like the way he did it, but he turned himself into a villain and played out of his fucking mind. He played so well,
especially in the postseason. He was an absolute fucking monster.
So I give him credit for that. I don't think that's how he should have gone about it, but that's what he did. He did what he was trying to do. Yeah. So I do give him credit for that. But now that we're admitting our faults, real quick, can you just admit to me that they were using buzzers in 2019?
I can't either confirm nor deny because honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
We'll never know.
If I knew, I would tell you straight up because I really don't care. They cheat. Yes. Did I condone it? No. Do they use buzzers? I don't know because there's so many things that could sit there and be said about either way, And it sucks because I wish I knew because I would sit there and give you the right answer, but I don't know. Because it's like sitting there and saying, like, bro, why don't I sit there? If you sit there and ask me that question, do the Yankees sit there and cheat in any year in the past 10 years? Yes or no? You don't know, right?
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't know. But the thing is, you can speculate, and I'm going to speculate and say yes, but you're going to be like, well, no, they didn't. There's no proof. Exactly. There's no proof about the buzzers. They're sitting there and talking about like one little speck on Altuve where it's like, I mean, people are saying it's confetti. People are saying it's a buzzer. People are saying it's this or that. Now, I know people are talking about on the end of the bat. I think one of the batters had something taped to the end of the bat. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what the hell that is. Unless you have irrefutable evidence, then okay, I'll say yeah, sure, no problem.
That's something you can't catch.
Yeah, you could
put it in your
blatantly
sock.
hear it. You could blatantly hear. Yes,
Yeah.
did they cheat? Of course they cheated. It sucks that they cheated. I don't want to be an Astros fan because of it. But guess what? I go and be a Yankees fan. I go be a Red Sox fan. I can go be an Angels fan. But guess what? Now I'm the bandwagon fan that sits there and I'm the asshole because I want to sit there and cheer for somebody else because my team's a bunch of cheaters.
Yeah.
Why don't you just root for the other Texas team? You're not going to be called the bandwagon.
The Rangers?
By the way,
of course I will be called. What do you mean? I go to any other team on the bandwagon fan. It's like if I were to sit there and start cheering for the San Antonio Spurs, if I cheer for the Rangers, if I sit there and cheer for the Cowboys, I'm a traitor. Why? Because I'm from Houston. I'm a Houston fan. Just the way it is.
Hey,
By
dude,
the
make
way-
a second life. There are things that you could do.
I don't think it's that easy.
Let me go get myself. I'm gonna get myself a new what's it called? A new passport. New
Exactly.
names. I'm gonna do everything. I got you. I'm
so
gonna go into
Mick
Witsec.
Miller, his 2020 villain revenge tour where he was lights out, 92 OPS plus in 58 out of 60 games played, 709 OPS, 383 slugging percentage, 326 OBP is not terrible, 264
Question,
batting
yes.
average with 5 home runs in 58 games. Yes.
Revenge tour as in postseason because he didn't talk
Yeah,
about it
I'm
shit
just
during
saying-
the regular season.
Well, he did.
But going into the
Going into the
postseason, he
regular
was like,
season-
when we win the World Series, y'all are gonna shut the fuck up.
He said that at
about
the
us
beginning of the
cheating."
year. And then he
Wait, I'm
sucked
sorry, who
the
we talking-
entire
who-
season.
Who is this again?
Correa.
Correct.
He had a
Correa,
shitty
right.
2020. I was just trying to say that he didn't have a good 2020. He had a good postseason, I agree. But yeah, his
The
2020 was
beginning
bad.
of 2020, oh my God, dude, the Astros sucked. They couldn't hit anything.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, because they were so scared of getting plunked that they
Yeah.
didn't care about what happened at the play. They just didn't want to get plunked to the head. That's all that happened there.
Yeah.
My favorite
like
my
the-
favorite MLB quote I've ever heard is, yeah, and if I had to hit the ball, it would have gone over. If I had to hit the ball over the fence, it would have been a home run. I'd be running around the bases. Carlos Correa. Isn't that just a mind-blowing quote? Remember when Joe Kelly threw him an
it's something.
outside fastball, and he was like, it was called a strike, and he's like, well, hit it then. He's like, yeah, if I hit the ball, I would be running around the bases right now. It's like, yes, you would, Carlos. Very good. 2 + 2 = 4. Good job, buddy.
Wait, it equals 4?
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, that's news to
Yeah,
me.
right. It's one of my favorite Carlos Correa moments.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, in all reality, I mean, they have the ability to, even though they lost Springer, they still have. I mean, they have Brantley, they have Miles Straw, they have Kyle Tucker, they have Yordan Alvarez. They have the
love Kyle
bats.
Tucker.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker. I mean, dude, that dude could be a stud.
Is
Miles Straw.
Straw?
I feel like he's gonna be one of those dudes that's gonna sit there, and I feel like he's gonna be a better defensive player than George Springer. He may not have the same bat, but I feel like he has the potential to pretty much be equivalent to George Springer. I mean, obviously on opposite ends with the defense. I mean, pretty much doing all the talking.
Yordan Alvarez is my favorite player on this team by far. He's so
Freaking-
fucking
Oh, I
good.
forgot about
Yordong.
He's so
him.
good.
Yordong, dude, that dude isn't.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
insane.
this dude, he stays healthy, bro.
He's
oh
terrifying.
My God, don't get me started,
Dude, I don't
I'm
wanna
getting a
face
chub
him
right
at
now
all.
just thinking about it.
Right?
Honestly.
A little bit, man.
No, every time he faces the Yankees, I'm like, here's 2 home runs and 3 at bats. Like he's gonna lose. He's
Oh,
gonna lose the
dude,
game. For the
that's
Yankees.
how he's
And
one
he's
of those
only
players that
23.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
I'm gonna hate facing him for a long time. I'm
And-
just glad the Astros. I'm glad I'm not Nolan and an Angels fan because I hate.
He
Yeah.
looks
facing
like
that
he's
guy.
at least 30 years old, and he's only 23.
Are you talking about Nolan or are you talking about Yordan?
I'm talking about you.
Yordan
Oh, okay. My
What do you
bad,
think
sorry.
of-
I got a little confused there. Okay, you got to sit
No,
there.
you're good.
That was good. That was good.
So I know Abraham Toro or whatever. He's a big prospect. Right?
Oh,
Is he any
Dude,
good?
Abraham, man,
Yeah, what
that
are you
dude's
thinking?
gonna be a stud. I like the thing is he's gotta get together. He's one of those players that you expect a lot out of him, and I feel like I hope the pressure doesn't get to him because he's one of the dudes that's gonna be coming up in like into the organization that I feel like is gonna him and Forrest Whitley are gonna be the top two on the team. Once I think Whitley's injured right now, but
He's
once
out
he
for the
comes,
season, yeah.
yeah, and that's tough. I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, dude's still young. Just take care of yourself. You'll come back next year and you'll be good to go. And then Abraham Toro is another one where, I mean, this dude has the capability and ability. Once Yuli Gurriel, who's, I mean, what, like 34 years old, this dude's, I mean, I don't want to say he's like past his prime because, I mean, he's shown time and time again that he has the ability to sit there and play well. But once Abraham Toro sits there and takes over first base or third base, I don't think Bregman might end up at a certain point if Correa leaves moving to shortstop. Because if I'm not mistaken, what's his name? Bregman played shortstop at LSU.
Yeah.
And he has the potential to sit there and play third base. You have now Bregman at short. You have Altuve at second. You have Yuli at first, and you have a great infield yet again. You've just got to sit there and work in the outfield. I mean, Jordan, obviously the DH. You have Kyle Tucker, Miles Straw, Brantley at that point. Once you replace Brantley, you've still got a solid team. It's not like, yeah, they're gonna be a playoff team. I mean, for the next 5-10 years. Question, yes.
What about Josh Reddick? Did he re-sign? Is he
No,
still there?
No, he's a free agent. So
Yeah, no, I think
Okay.
Reddick signed with someone else.
did he? Hold on.
He might
I
have signed
feel
a
like he
minor
signed
league
with the
deal for
Mets.
spring training or
I
something.
I took care of all the signings throughout the offseason during this podcast, and I never saw Josh Reddick anywhere. So that's
Oh
why. I
no,
had to
yeah,
ask.
he hasn't been signed yet. No, he has not.
Good.
No, yeah, he doesn't have a team right now.
Fuck him.
I think you were talking. I think you were
Fuck
confusing
him.
Marisnik with
Fuck
the
him.
Mets or something.
Yeah, there you go, Marisnik. That's who I was
Yeah,
thinking of.
Marisnik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
I think
But
he's on the
real
Cubs
quick,
now, though.
Do you? I know, the three of us fucking despise Yuli Gurriel.
Yeah.
I
No, he's
love
awful.
Yuli, bro. I love Yuli.
Why?
I hate him, dude.
Just a trash
Okay,
person.
don't get me wrong. I hate the fact that he sat there and did that whole like thing like this with with Yu Darvish. But dude, I don't know what it is about him. I love his like. Here's the thing. He's one of those dudes, and like this is a lot of things with like Hispanics or like I mean anybody like any kind of like Spanish heritage. Like bro, like you just speak your mind. It is what it is. And it sucks that he like I mean he gets a lot of like heat for a lot of stuff that I mean yeah he speaks his mind. It sucks, but he's real about who he is.
I'm not like that at all, and I'm Hispanic.
I mean I'm 100% like Mexican, and I'll sit there and speak my mind, and it sucks because like a lot of times I sit there and just say what I want to say, and it's like you're like wait did you just really say that? I'm like was that not right? Because I mean I hate being PC about a lot of stuff. It's like. I want to sit there and say what I want to say and how I want to say it, when I want to say it. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's how he is. And I hate like sitting there and saying it to that extent, but it's like I think about what I say before I say it, and maybe he doesn't. But I'll sit there and I'll still sit there and I'll speak my mind however I feel it is right. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
Obviously I think about what I want to say. But I love his demeanor and attitude because like he's like I give no shits. It is what it is. I'll call it how I see it.
This man made his MLB debut at 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's
Yeah,
It's
he's-
crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, he's 36 now.
So is he still in arbitration as a 36-year-old?
I don't.
He
think so.
signed. No, he signed as an international free agent. Like he was.
Oh,
It's like when
international
Japanese
free agent,
players
okay.
come over.
That makes sense. I was like, the fuck, dude? Where'd this guy come from?
No, but I love Yuli and his demeanor, his attitude, and I like him more than I do Correa because Correa is one of those like he'll sit there and say, we didn't do anything wrong. Yuli's like, yeah, we did something wrong. Fuck it, what do you care? And it's just like I love that attitude, I'd rather that's the thing with Greinke. Greinke sat there and said like, I hate talking to fans. I hate talking to these people. I hate talking to these people. And it's like, bro, I respect the hell out of that more than I do somebody that's like, we didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
Even though
Correa's
you
just more
did.
arrogant. He's
Yeah.
just more arrogant.
So I mean, that's really the reality of it.
That makes sense.
I'll take Yuli over Correa any day.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not a big Yuli Gurriel fan. I don't think
Yeah,
I
no,
would be.
You.
I guess
I
from
understand
that
where you're
standpoint-
coming from. Did not.
Oh no, yeah,
But-
and that
no,
I mean
no,
that's
no.
perfectly fine. I respect the hell out of that
Yeah.
because I mean if you hate Yuli, you hate Yuli. But it's like I respect it. I like him. I respect him. Dude's a douche, like straight up. Like, I'll sit there and say
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah,
you're
he's a
not
douche.
wrong.
Yeah.
He's a dude.
But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like I respect the hell out of it because like he owns up to it, and that's what I can sit there and say. You know what? Yeah, the dude's a douche, and he knows it. Whatever.
He also led the league in grounding into double plays in 2018. It's my fun.
Hell
little fuck
yeah,
the
he did.
Astros.
You got a problem
Yeah.
with that?
That's
Yeah,
my. I
somehow
just
I
like
knew that
bringing up.
too.
Did you really? I like bringing up stats
Somehow I
just,
knew that. I
just
just
to
didn't.
make the Astros seem bad. Yeah. No, they have a lot of talent on the squad. I don't like it though. I don't know. I'm not as high on it.
They have a lot of talent. And, yeah, I mean,
No, there's no doubt in my mind this team is just going to be
they're forced to be reckoned with.
They're definitely going to take first in the division, I think.
You know what's crazy? I think they're going to be better next year than they are this year.
I agree with you. It makes sense. If Framber's out for the whole year, if JV comes back, if Forrest Whitley comes back, then yeah, I agree.
Then you got 3 top arms in that rotation, along with Urquidy and Odorizzi, because I think he's there for a 2-year deal.
I think
that's a really good that's a really good rotation there. Plus, you got Christian Javier too. He finished 3rd in the Rookie of the Year voting this year.
Yep.
You could put him in the bullpen. You could put him as a starter. You could put him anywhere, really.
I mean, even if they have Ryan Presley as their closer, that's still. I mean, if you give me Osuna or Presley, I'll take either one. It's I mean, you can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they signed. Ryan Stanek. They have Joe Smith still in the pen. I mean, they're set whenever it comes to rotation, especially whenever the players they're getting him back. Plus, on top of that, they have. I mean, they're once they get JV back, they drop Javier or Urquidy back to the pen, and you're set and then some. Now the only question mark. I mean, you have Martin Maldonado and you have Jason Castro as a catcher. That's the only question mark that I feel how can you address that?
What about Garrett Stubbs?
I like Garrett Stubbs, but I'm still kind of iffy on him. I feel like they haven't really addressed catcher in the way they should. I feel like Jason Castro would probably be the best bet because he's gonna be the best defensive catcher.
Yeah,
and Maldonado's one of the better defensive, isn't he?
He's good, but I feel like he's more he's like a specialist, so to speak. There's 1 or 2 pitchers where he'll sit there and he'll work better with 1 or 2 different pitchers, and then you'll have Jason Castro as that other catcher who can sit there and be that better defensive catcher.
Because Jason Castro, I always think offense first. I don't really think of him. I know Martin Maldonado I guess he only won the 1 Gold Glove with the Angels. That's super weird. I thought he was a much better defensive catcher than that.
No, and Castro, who, if I'm not mistaken, he initially was drafted by the Astros. Then I think he went to the Twins after that, and then the Angels. Did he go to the Angels after that, or was he just on?
He was on the Angels for the beginning of last year.
Okay, Twins, Angels, and then now he's back on the Astros. I always liked him whenever he was first drafted by the Astros. I really liked the dude, but his bat is just not there. I've seen him live, and oh my god, dude, the dude's bat, he swings a wiffle ball bat and just doesn't know what to do with it. Great defensive catcher, but that's about it.
Yeah, the only good offensive season he had was in 2013, from what I'm looking at on MLB.com.
Dude strikes out more than Helen Keller ever would. It's just the reality of it. I remember I watched him live, and I'm look at this dude. I'm this dude does not know how to swing a bat. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Great defensive catcher, but that's about it.
He strikes out a lot.
In conclusion, before we talk about one of the most boring franchises in baseball, in my opinion, in the Texas Rangers. Fuck the Astros.
Fuck the Astros.
Sir, please refer to them as the AL West champs. Thank you.
Fuck.
I love it. Just makes me happy to every year see everyone sleep on the Oakland Athletics and then them win the division every fucking year.
The A's every single year. They have the ability and potential.
I'm not sleeping on the A's.
And they always do.
At this point now, nobody's ever sleeping on the A's anymore.
I'm not sleeping on the A's. I just think the Astros are better than them.
Definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but we could have said that last year, and who won the division? We could have said that the year before, and
it's on a 60-game season. Chill, relax, calm down. It's okay.
Yeah, but it's not like that. Was that the only year they won the division?
Bro, can we just sit there and say the Dodgers won a World Series with a 60-game season and just negate it because it doesn't count?
Only if you take away the 2017. Well, the 2017's already gone, so.
It wouldn't have mattered who won the World Series at any given year. If you won it during the 60-game season, it's negated because you're oh, well, yeah, it wasn't a full season, so it doesn't really count. God forbid if the Astros would have beat the Rays and if they would have sat there and beat the Dodgers again.
Oh,
my God, dude! I would have never heard the end of. I agree with you. Thank God that didn't happen, because then it would have been the biggest shit show ever.
Yeah,
Like, no, the Astros, no shot. It's a 60-game season. Yeah, whatever. That doesn't really count. But because the Dodgers won, you see LA over there literally throwing parades. You see tantrums like, oh my God, the Dodgers won. Yeah, anyways, I digress. Oh, man, dude.
Oh, well.
So the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
We're okay with moving on.
Yeah, we're
much
good.
so.
We're good. Since we've already covered the AL West champs, we can go ahead and go to the crappy Rangers.
Bro, I
Dude,
love
I
the
mean,
Rangers,
really.
man. I love
Wait,
the Rangers.
should we do the Should we do
Huh?
the Mariners first before the Rangers?
Whatever
or
y'all
just,
want
like,
to do.
End with excitement.
Don't
We'll
end with the
talk about it.
Rangers.
We'll talk
Don't
about it.
end with the
Rangers.
Rangers.
'Cause- Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
don't end
Rangers
with
probably
the
gonna end up being
Rangers.
at the bottom of the list anyway.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah. The Rangers had the best offseason, I feel like, in the AL West, low key. They're not going to contend, but they had the best offseason. They had a lot of talent. They got better. A lot of teams in the AL West didn't do shit, and I'll give a little consolation clap to the Rangers for trying to do something this offseason.
This is all they get for
Yeah,
their offseason. This is all
exactly.
get for the
They
2021
signed-
Round of applause.
They
Round of
signed,
applause.
I think, Japanese pitcher Kohei Arihara. Not quite Shohei. He's budget Shohei. Can't hit, but budget Shohei on the mound. Kohei Arihara. I love Dane Dunning. I'm gonna be honest with you. They
Wait, I know
honestly
he
don't know.
used to be on the White Sox, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got traded for Lance
He was
Lynn.
part of the Lance Lynn trade.
He was the
Oh,
Lance Lynn
gotcha,
trade.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
There wasn't a
gotcha.
part. He was the trade. Jordan Lyles.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, it was just him. Kyle Gibson is in the rotation. That guy still plays in the major leagues. That's funny. And honestly, after that, I don't know any of these names except for their bullpen. They signed Mike Fultonevich this offseason. They also have Jose Leclerc, the greatest reliever of all time. And this guy's name is Josh Spores. That's a fun one.
That is a fun one. I know
Other than
Taylor
that-
Hearn's a decent reliever for him.
Taylor Hearn's a decent reliever. All right.
He's a good lefty. He throws gas. He's 6'6".
Interesting.
He and Dexter Fowler get along pretty well.
Yeah, right? Hey, Kyle Cody's
High-fiving over all the little
6'7".
guys.
let's just do a deep breakdown on their heights. Seems like a good way to talk about the Rangers, right? I will say though, like I said, I'm big on Dane Dunning. I think Dane Dunning is a very good young pitcher, and the Rangers obviously weren't using an old man in Lance Lynn to not contend. So I think that's a great trade for them, and I think Dane Dunning, not going to be a Cy Young Award candidate this year, but he can make it. Someone has to make the All-Star team from the Rangers, right? And if Joey Gallo's off to a slow start, who knows? My boy Dangerous. He's also a cool
they have,
dude on Instagram.
Ruben Odor. They have
yeah.
Crush Davis.
Willie
You got Crush
Calhoun.
Davis.
Yeah, I was gonna say Crush Davis. Who,
Davis.
I mean,
247.
those three players alone. They have the best. David Dahl's another one. Leody Taveras. They've got potential. They're not there yet, but they definitely have the ability in the next 5 years to make a run for the AL West.
And they're all
the
young.
one thing
They have
the
a lot
one
of
thing
young
I
guys,
would
too.
work on is cutting down on strikeouts, because I saw somewhere on Twitter like a couple of months ago that
Hold on,
or
I'm
not
sorry.
a couple of months
Can
ago.
you say strikeout one more time?
Strikeout.
Strikeout. Okay, yeah.
Strikeout.
Gotcha. Anyway,
I knew he was gonna say something because I heard it too. I, was
I
like,
had
here you go.
to, bro. It's like with Goose McGuigan, bro. Every time he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get the oot," I'm like, "Say it one more time, please, for the love of God."
I'm
like,
not even.
I'm
not
like,
even
bro,
from here, and I
I'm
developed
like,
it.
please give me the accent.
Say
I'm
it.
not even from. I'm not from here, and I developed it somehow. So, but I think they like accumulated for like 600 Ks between them, like the three of them: Crush Davis, Gallo, and Odor.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, like they strike out a lot.
Oh, you wanted an in-depth on their heights, just real quick. They don't have a single pitcher under 6 feet tall. The shortest
Wow.
pitcher is the bullpen, Jose Leclerc.
Really?
Yes, we're just so you know, we're like huge Leclerc pod.
Yeah, we talked about
Just
it.
like Diekman.
He's a
Like-
god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like every
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
if any of us are in a BR draft and Jose Leclerc or Jake Diekman show up,
Hold on.
thank
We
God
just
they
go-
never show up in the same draft or in the same round.
It happened to be twice. It happened to be twice.
Get the
Where they
hell
both
out
showed
of
up in the
here.
same round.
Yeah, it happened to
Ooh.
be twice. It happened to be twice. It was crazy.
got
I didn't know what to do,
Yeah.
because they're literally both gods. They're both gods.
Yeah.
In the end,
Okay,
we're
hold on.
always a
Can you
Deacon
tell me
fan.
on a scale of 1 to 69, how hard are you right now just hearing the name Jose Leclerc?
Oh, dude.
69.
69,420.
420. Exact answer.
69,420.
Exactly.
Can't go wrong with that.
Did you hear that thud under my desk?
I heard it. I felt it. What do you mean?
Yeah, right. All right, so I legitimately don't know who their starting catcher is between these three guys: Jonah Heim, Sam Huff, or Jose Trevino. Anybody
I
want
guess
to take a
right
stab?
now, it looks like Trevino is.
It's
yeah,
Trevino.
Yeah.
Trevino? He's a
Yeah.
never heard that man's name before in my life. But anyways,
They-
it doesn't. Yeah, right. Ronald Guzman, he almost
dude.
saved the Angels' playoff hopes by hitting a walk-off home run against the Astros in the ninth. That was fun.
Keyword almost.
I know it was so close. If the Angels just could have swept the Dodgers, we would have made it. But
I mean, almost.
even after
I mean,
blowing
let's
14
call it what it is.
saves, even
Astros
after
are just a
blowing
better team. Let's be
14
real.
saves, I
Ronald
guess so,
Guzman
man.
split king. Watching his highlights of him just completely laying out like it's just insane to watch. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
No.
What? You've never seen clips of him where he just does a full split stretching for the ball? Look it up.
I
It's
don't see
insane.
any clips of Rangers highlights
Yeah,
anywhere.
who the
Ronald
fuck's
Guzman
watching?
has-
What do you
You
do
know the
at
only
night,
clip
bro?
I see? Or
What do
whatever
you do
Aaron
at
Judge
night?
sits there and gets like a hamstring strain.
Oh, dude.
Dude, we weren't even talking about injuries, man. We weren't even. He
Somebody
wasn't
say
even in the
rock
fucking
hard?
stratosphere of what we were talking about, dude.
Well, I mean, that was pretty close. That was like in a different
Yeah, he
universe.
brought it in.
Nothing to do with it.
That was good. I love that.
Fuck.
So we got Ronald Guzman, Isaiah Kiner
This is a fun
Falefa,
episode.
Mr. Falafel, Nate
Yo, you know that
Lau.
dude's a backup catcher? Like
Yeah.
he legit is like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Falafel.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah, yo,
shortstop
dude.
and catcher.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
Third
weird.
base.
It's like Will Smith is secondary's third base. Super weird.
Just
Some of these
nuts, man.
catchers, man.
Russell Martin, secondary shortstop.
Yeah,
Russell
That was
Martin,
weird. That was weird.
Toronto Blue Jay legend. Thank you.
right. Brunette Odor, obviously the greatest boxer in the history of MLB.
Dude, with Jose Bautista,
Right?
oh my
Dude, I've never
goodness,
seen
man.
like we've seen
What
some good
a
fights, but
brawl.
bro,
It
that
was
left
also
hook.
Pedro and what's his name at the third base coach.
Oh my God, Don
Lasorda?
Zimmer.
There
Don Zimmer,
you
never mind.
Pedro's like, bloop.
He's like, oh, this 80-year-old man, meet the ground. Like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yo,
Anderson
Pedro's one of those dudes I
Tejada?
would love to see in the show 21, man.
Hopefully.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I looked
Look
it
at
up.
him,
Pedro
and
only
Randy
had
Johnson.
2 seasons where he had a losing record. He was like 0-1, like his second year, and like 5-6, like second to last year in the MLB.
With the
Dude was
Phillies.
cranked, man. Like, holy crap! I would love to see him in the show.
Pedro and Randy Johnson would be like an insane
Dude,
1-2.
yeah,
punch.
Astro legend Randy Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bro.
legend.
We could
Giants-
get- so, like,
Giants legend.
You know
Giants like
the
Randy
Nolan
Johnson.
Ryan card that throws gas. It's like an 83 overall. Imagine that, but Pedro, bro. Like Pedro on the Expos. That should be fire.
Ooh.
Astro legend
be
Nolan
fire.
Ryan. Got you.
Angels legend Nolan Ryan. How many no hitters did he throw in Houston?
Dude, like all of them.
How
What do you
many-
mean?
Yeah, he threw 4 in Anaheim, I believe. Didn't win. Didn't
Where
never
do you
make the
play
playoffs
the
or
where do you
anything,
play
but-
the most seasons at?
Didn't you play him in Texas?
I'm pretty sure it was Houston.
I mean, he played for 50 years, probably split time evenly.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like him and
57
Julio
now.
Franco both played like 52 years in the MLB. It's all good.
Exactly. Legend has
You
it, they're
gotta
still on
know
the team.
this. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
man.
5.
Yeah, he played in Houston more.
9 years with the Astros and 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
I believe you owe me 10 gifted for that one. Thank you.
Eight,
All right, moving
8
on.
years with the Angels, 9 years with the Astros. That's so fucked. He really
Dude,
just
you're like
did that to
42
fuck
years
with
old.
me.
You can afford 10 gifted. Chill.
This man was 19 years old when he debuted for the Mets and pitched till he was 46. What a fucking man. And beat the shit out of, what's his name in the process? Robin Ventura?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Since we've established that you're 42 years old, Nolan, I expect a couple gifted too.
I mean, you're
Bro,
not
just
wrong.
because I'm old doesn't mean I'm rich. I could be one of those old homeless dudes on the street. That could be me, man.
Hey, you make that point, but you're an active streamer. Like you're.
Look,
clearly
whenever you
not
have a
home.
Harrison Smith and a Shohei Ohtani jersey behind you, you're made of money, okay?
Okay, bro. I'm a
Come on, let's be
privileged.
real.
I'm a privileged
Look
kid
at
from
this wall
Southern
behind you.
California. All right.
I got no money. I have the closet to Narnia right here as well.
Ooh.
That's an interesting feature.
I'm a privileged kid who spent his parents' money wisely. Okay, can we let's just
I'm like
say
the
that.
opposite, bro.
And the
Okay.
nice little stimmy
I'm
check
the
we
black
got.
sheep, dude. Chill. Like, imagine both parents Hispanic. They come out white. They're like, who the fuck is this kid?
Ugh.
Is he
so the
yours? He's not
Rangers.
mine. Is he yours? Nope. Well, shit.
Nolan.
So let's go to their outfield real quick. Willie Calhoun, David Dahl, Chris Davis, Joey Gallo, Nick Solak, Leody Taveras, and Eli White. I had to say that all before we got on a tangent.
Fair.
Bro, Leody,
Yeah.
man.
Bro, there's a
I'm
stacked
high on
outfield.
Leody.
I am very high on Leody as well.
The reason I'm high on
Honestly-
him is because I have a 1-of-1 card of him, so I want him to do well. That way I can sell later on.
Oh shit.
Bro,
nice.
honestly, five of these guys should all be starting on this team. So they got to learn some infield. I think Nick Solak can play some infield, if I'm not mistaken.
He's second base. What do you mean?
Second baseman, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Well, he's
they
listed
still
as
have
an
Odor,
outfielder anyway.
so-
I'm just saying
Gallo
that he's
can play
listed as an
third.
outfielder. Yeah,
Yo,
Gallo
no.
came up as a
Let's
third
be real.
baseman.
Gallo can play anywhere. Don't worry about it, okay?
Yeah, his arm is too good to not be in the outfield though.
Not
Yeah,
wrong.
that's true.
Leody
He's
Taveras,
really good defensively.
yeah, and I really like the pickup of David Dahl because that's kind of a place where you can go and nobody gives a fuck if he's amazing or not. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot less pressure on him to be like a staple of that lineup, and he can just rake if he wants to, or we'll just find out if he sucks. So it's
Not wrong.
kind of
Let's ask A-Rod how that went.
yeah.
No? Too soon?
Hey, I don't give a
I
fuck.
mean, we'll check it out. But yeah, I like what the the Rangers did this offseason. Crush Davis is a nice little addition there. If you can get him for, I already forgot his name, Elvis Andrus, that's a pretty damn good deal in my opinion.
How dare you, sir? That's the best shortstop this side of the Mississippi. What you
Right?
mean?
I feel like he's
No,
the
not really,
perfect
I'm just-
fit for the Oakland A's.
Dude,
isn't
I
he?
don't care if Chris Davis is a 49 overall in MLB The Show. Still better than any Elvis Andrus card in this game.
Not wrong. That dude's got a swing and then some.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
I
his
see. I don't
live
have any
series card, I
stats
fucking
with Chris
love.
Davis
Yo,
because
that
they.
best BR card.
Dude.
Well, not best BR card, obviously. You have Edwin Encarnacion, you have Miguel Sano, you do have Chris Davis. Chris Davis is usually a bench bat, though.
Yeah,
You have-
you
there's-
can't play defense,
dude,
man.
Oh my god, dude! Like he's such a great bench bat, though.
But dude, when I get him, I literally have 0 home runs with him because every home run I've hit with him has resulted in a
No.
rage quit because it's off the bench. Literally,
Let me
they're all
ask you. Let me
dashboards.
ask you a question. Have you tried getting good?
I am good, my dude. I went 4-0 the other day, mind you.
Get
I went
good.
4-0 the other day. I went 3-0
gotta
just
get
this
good.
morning
You have 4-0 and what?
in BR, bro. It's I'm pretty
Wait.
cracked, man.
So what'd you get for going
Cracked,
4-0?
man, Oh, dude, I got a sweet. I want to say it was Heimer Candelario Live Series card, bro. That was 100 quid, and I got a gold in the free pack they gave me. So that was 1,100 stubs I got back, bro. I only lost 400
Bro.
stubs to have 4 games worth of fun. That's 12 whole innings worth of fun. I might have even gone to extras in one of those games. I don't even remember.
I think you did. Yeah. you
Yeah.
did.
It's 12 innings, 13 innings worth of fun. And
I
then we're
thought
not
it
going to
was
talk
7
about we're not going to talk about the 8-inning game I played at Camden Yards today and lost 1-0. We're not going to talk about that one.
Ooh.
Bro, when I
Like
tell you
in
I
BR?
squared up, when I tell you I squared up at least like 8 or 9 baseballs, dead center PCI, late side of good. My
Oh, yeah.
God, bro. My God. The balls just would not leave the yard. I squared up with Matt Olson, man. Warning track power all day long. Disgusting. And I lost on a gapper to right center.
Now,
Scored
3
from
questions
first
there.
base.
1, have you tried getting good? 2, have you hit the weight room? 3, I mean, there's really no third question. I mean, literally, just hit the ball over the
Yeah,
fence.
bro.
Like, it's
My
just simple
thumbs,
as that.
I just got weak thumbs, bro.
Dude, honestly, I'm so excited about 21 that we can create your
Yeah.
own stadium.
Oh, dude.
Because
I'm making
yo,
Mickey
did you
Mouse
see,
field.
you can actually use it in online play.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
sit there. Oh my. There's. no
Dude, I'm
shot,
making
dude.
Mickey Mouse Field, and every time someone beats me, I'm gonna be like, bro, that was a Mickey Mouse victory. Are you kidding me? You literally beat me at Mickey Mouse Stadium. It's gonna be great,
That
dude.
was
I can't
funny.
wait. I'm gonna
Oh
get
my
him. Oh,
God.
dude, I got some good shit coming for 21. I can't wait. All right,
Yo,
so
no, wait, don't call it Mickey Mouse Stadium. Just call it Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Can you do that, please?
Ooh, yeah.
and then every time they go to the game, MICKEY, you got a whole. It'd be great. That's a good idea. I like it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. I literally suck at life, but I'm good at like sitting there and just like talking shit. I got
Yeah.
you. Like, what do you mean?
Bro, you should just be
I'm
my
sitting
hype
there and talking
man.
about how Aaron Judge is going to sit there and like have like a sore Achilles and be on the 7-day IL for about 3 weeks.
Why'd you bring into it, dude? I didn't say a damn word. I didn't say
Do you
a
have
single
to?
fucking
You
word.
didn't have to. I
You didn't
got
have
you.
to,
I
Oh
got
my
you.
God.
You said it with your eyes, all right?
Dude, I wasn't even paying attention to what he was
Okay,
saying.
so
That's the problem, because you don't pay attention. I'm gonna sit there and I got you. We got the Canadian over here talking a boot. I don't know what. We got the 43-year-old over here that's gonna give me 10 subs because I was right. And we got the Yetis fan who's sitting there and his whole team's on IR 24/7. Like, it's all good. I got you.
I love the roasting that's going on.
Holy shit. Do we have anything else to say about the Rangers? I mean,
I was just
No.
They
gonna
don't
say
really have a
fuck the
very good farm
Rangers. Let's talk
system.
about the Mariners.
I would say
Yeah.
that the Rangers are gonna finish 4th or 5th in the AL West this year.
Yeah.
Give them about 3 to 5 years, and they could probably move up. It really just depends on who they draft. It depends on their farm system. If they can make the right trades, they can draft the right people. But right now, they don't have a lot of potential. Other than Joey Gallo, Leody Taveras, and I mean, at that point, maybe Willie Calhoun, if he can sit there and stay healthy, they don't really have a lot. I mean, obviously, and Leclerc as well. I'm sorry, Leclerc.
Yeah,
First
Thank
and
you.
foremost.
Jesus Christ, man.
yeah. I feel like they also went to some of these.
Josh Jung too.
Yeah, Josh Jones.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They have Josh Young. If they don't trade him away for something else, like for literally like the peanut guy that's over in a different stadium that can sell peanuts like nobody's business.
I feel like we're what the Rangers did this offseason though was go and get out guys who either like David Dahl, who's young and hasn't really lived up to his potential, kind of test him out, see if they play well, and then they can trade him at the trade deadline, get a prospect or two back, and then try to build that farm system. So that might be what they're trying to do, signing guys like Fulton Yevich, who has been good in the past, but could be obviously make a resurgence or whatever with the Rangers. I feel like a lot of these guys, Chris Davis is another one who could, he puts up 20 home runs in the first half. There's going to be a lot of teams looking for that. So I feel like that's kind of the Rangers' game plan right now. Obviously, they're not trying to contend or anything, but also help sell tickets to their fully packed stadium.
Their brand new
stadium.
stadium.
Newest-
Yeah, that's what I'm
newest
saying,
stadium in
bro.
baseball.
Brand new stadium, and that's what you have to offer.
Tickets are $4, by the way.
Honestly, I miss the days when the Astros sucked because I would love getting like the little Powerade like things where you can sit there and get dollar tickets, sitting like over in like in the nosebleeds, get dollar hot dogs, dollar beers, and just work your way down to the bottom and go sit down. Now that the Astros are good, oh god,
Dude, the Rays are good, but they still don't have
any.
any fans. So I can still get $2 tickets to, front row outfield and be like 20 feet away from Mookie Betts when he was on the Red Sox. And just be chilling. They say obstructed view, but they're like next to the foul pole, not behind the foul pole. Literally great.
Wait, hold on. You say foul pole. Okay, so is it foul pole or fair pole?
It's definitely foul pole.
What?
Definitely foul pole.
Is it foul pole or fair pole?
I've
Look,
legitimately.
okay, hold on. Mick, are you like drunk or high right now? Because you're not listening to a word anybody's saying at the moment. Like, I love you, bro.
No, I'm not.
But God,
I
like,
was
damn, dude.
No, I'm just absolutely dumbfounded
a
that
foul
there's even a
pole, bro.
debate about whether or not it's called a foul pole.
Oh, it's definitely foul pole, 100%. But the
Right?
amount of times I hear fair pole, I'm like, I want to punch you directly in the throat.
Yeah, I
I'm just
100%
giving you-
agree.
I
I
literally
was
want to
like-
rip out somebody's jugular when they say fair pole.
I've heard it.
No,
I've
I've
definitely
never
heard
heard
it.
that
It's the
before.
fucking worst. It's absolutely the
I
worst.
just was so dumbfounded and just taken aback. I had never heard
100%,
that.
dude. That's worse
You
than people
haven't?
putting fucking
No.
pineapple
Hey,
on pizza, dude.
welcome to the MLB community because people say it all the time.
I hate it.
Apparently, shit. I mean,
I'm gonna tweet that. If you say fair pole, go fuck yourself. Should I just tweet that?
Do it.
I don't know, man.
Like, do you want me to do it on camera or like outside? Like, I don't know where you want me to do it.
I'm recording. I can clip that. It's fine.
Like, I don't
That's
know
all-
what you want me to do with my hands. Like, what do I do with my hands?
That's a fair point.
Keep him where we can see him. That's all I ask.
Bro, y'all,
yeah.
wait, hold on. Y'all have, please tell me y'all have seen Talladega Nights.
Yes.
Oh, for the love
Yep.
of God, Ricky Bobby's like, I don't
Yeah.
know what to do with my hands right now. His hands just like kind of go up. Put your hands down. Okay. So, anyways, what I was saying was that,
Bro, literally, Ricky Bobby is my life because literally every time I play, especially Fall Guys, you ain't first or last. If you ain't first or last,
Exactly.
that's the motto to live
Bro,
by,
actually,
man.
yo, I have a shirt that says if you ain't first or last, like straight up. I wish I was
Dude,
wearing it right
I
now.
need that.
Real
Oh,
quick,
man.
before we end the Rangers, I'm like, if you're a Rangers fan, like Ainge, if you're listening to this, I am so sorry. But
No,
like,
don't be. Hey, no! Don't ever be sorry for what you say. You sit there and you tell them the truth, and you know
okay,
what? Sometimes
fair.
the truth hurts.
The
Fuck
Rangers
that.
I
suck.
do not see a world in the next 10 years where this Texas Rangers team has even a slim chance, unless they just go on the absolute most ridiculous spending spree of being competitive, especially even the American League West, but especially the American League in general. The Mariners are one of the most up-and-coming teams in baseball. You just talked about how the Astros are going to be good for a long time still. If the Angels can even just begin to think about pitching, they're going to be better than the Rangers. And obviously, the Athletics are the Athletics and one of the best-run organizations in baseball. And the Rangers suck at running their team. Like, I just don't see
They're really
any
good at
world
losing
where
World
they're
Series.
competitive.
Hey, they're
Welcome to Texas. Every team
Bro,
that you ever
they-
sit there know and love is literally run to the ground. Other than like the Mavericks, Mark Cuban is absolute. That dude's a fucking
Cuban is
genius.
the GOAT.
He's a
yeah.
legend.
dude.
Yeah,
The Rangers
fucking
are
genius right
so
there.
good at losing World Series, bro. They're literally the greatest
This dude said the Rangers are so good at losing.
at losing
Series.
World Series, man. Like, can you name another
Nelson
team that
Cruz.
hasn't won a World Series that's lost 2 in a row? Because I don't think that's. I think that's a first ever. It's a first
Name
in
a team
history.
that's been like one strike and one out away from winning the World Series and sit there and choke it. Definitely not the Rangers, right?
Definitely not the Rangers.
Couldn't be them. Couldn't be them.
Nelson Cruz, defensive Texas Ranger legend. And with that, we'll talk about another team that Nelson Cruz is an absolute legend for, the Seattle Mariners.
Yup.
Flawless transition. Nick, take us away.
What a segue, bro. I mean, like,
Thank you.
dear God, they don't pay you enough.
I don't get paid shit.
Shh,
Well,
don't tell
for-
them. They don't know that.
Wait,
Kids who don't know how the internet works and think we're like millionaires because we're on a TV screen.
Dude, wait, what do you mean we are? Like, you not see my amazing
Oh,
background?
dude,
I'm
without
rich,
a doubt.
okay?
Each subscriber,
I
you
bought
know,
the
you pay
jersey.
$5 for it, but I actually get like 20 for each subscription. Yeah, they pay me
Not
extra.
wrong.
Yeah, that's how they grow their app, man.
Yep, not wrong.
You're
Hey,
good,
Nick, tell us about the up-and-coming Seattle Mariners.
for the Mariners, you have a ton of lefties in the rotation. You have Marco Gonzalez, who's pretty underrated, I think. I think no one's gonna agree with me there. They
I
just
agree with you on that one.
yeah,
Same.
they just re-signed James Paxton.
Oh God.
Yankee
Um,
legend James Paxton.
Yankee
Wait,
legend
Yankee
James
legend James Paxton that was literally on the IL more than he was on the actual team.
Bro,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, dude.
Can we just hurry up and quickly say the list of names, please? Just say those names.
Kikuchi, Justice Sheffield.
Kikuchi, and
Holy
Justin
crap.
Dunn.
That dude, Justice Sheffield, if he can sit there and I mean, like, come up and like do well, like that dude's got a cannon, great
yeah.
ability. I mean, like that dude, like, please take care of him, Mariners, for the love of God. That dude could sit there and make your team like incredible.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Justice Sheffield. I think he's gonna do well in the future. And Justin Dunn too. Like he's the only righty in their rotation, so I think they're gonna look to him a lot. Like in bigger game situations against teams that are right-handed pitching heavy or left-handed pitching heavy, if that's actually a thing. You also have, I don't know how to say his name, Nick Margavicius. I don't know if you say that right, but
I'm
he's
not a
also
clue.
another left-hander. But you got how many left-handers? 1, 2, 3.
74 probably.
If only
Yeah.
Deho was here to tell us.
Yo, Dayhold, the dude.
Yeah. If only we had these many lefties on the Royals. If only. We only have the 2.
Isn't Kendall Graveman technically a starter as well?
Oh, it's
Uh,
yeah, Margavicius.
Here he's listed on MLB.com. He's listed as a reliever.
Oh,
Who's that?
okay.
So, Kendall Graveman.
Yeah,
Isn't he
no,
an Angels legend?
He's a really good
Kendall
pitcher.
Graveman? No, he's an A's
Did he
legend.
not?
He's an
Or
A's
A's,
legend.
yeah, it's A's.
Yeah.
my bad.
Can
Keep with the
I?
A's? Okay.
I'm just
Typical
waiting.
Yankees fan,
I'm
not
just,
knowing anybody else.
Oh,
yeah,
my
right. Literally, he just sits there and talks about his 27 rings. He doesn't even watch baseball.
Bro, the Yankees literally have. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me rephrase that. Deshaun Watson literally has I don't know if more, but as many lawsuits against him than the Yankees have rings. Let's be real.
Yeah, bro.
I just want, if you could just give me the floor for one goddamn second. I
No.
just want to say that I think I have maybe brought up the Yankees one time in this entire podcast, and we have talked about them a lot.
I mean,
That's it. That's all I want on the record. I did not bring them up. They were brought up by other people because we're in your heads, and that's that.
I don't think about the Yankees. I want that on the record. I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit.
I just
about
want
the
to
Yankees
say
either.
that as of this moment, from the beginning of the podcast till now, there's about 3 to 5 Yankees that have actually now been from they've been on the roster. Now they're on the IL.
The Yankees, their favorite video game is Madden because all they like to do is pay to win. They're like, oh, you have a good
That's not even a
team?
good one, dude.
Here
That's
you
not
go,
even a
bud.
good one. I'm sorry.
Dude,
What do you
it is.
mean?
No, it's not.
They
don't
bought
have
DJ
baseball
LeMahieu.
anymore.
What do you mean? They bought DJ LeMahieu. They bought Giancarlo Stanton.
They still don't have the highest payroll in baseball.
Not this year.
Well,
Every
yeah,
other
they
year.
haven't. That's
They haven't
Dodgers,
the past
isn't
like
it?
5 years.
Garrett Cole.
No shot.
Just 'cause
Really?
you-
Yo, you literally sat there and like gave your left nut for Garrett Cole. The dude that
Literally.
pitches
Deservedly
one
Yeah.
so,
game.
dude.
Literally.
If the Yankees didn't do it, some other team was gonna do it.
You realize that the only reason they paid so much was because the Astros traded for Garrett Cole for literally nothing. Like they
Bro.
gave the Pirates their peanut guy from left field for Garrett Cole. And now Garrett Cole's to the Yankees. What was it, like 320 mil? Something
Yeah.
like
Something like
that.
that.
Yeah, they literally just pay to win,
I'm
bro.
surprised
I
you don't know the
understand you
exact
have
amount,
some
Nick.
homegrown talent, but it's also pay to win. You any other team would have the homegrown talent, and maybe signs
Yo,
one guy
I'll
like
be real.
Garrett Cole.
Let's call it what it is. The Dodgers are spending about 40 mil more than the Yankees are this year in payroll. And the Dodgers still find a way to lose shit. The only World Series they won has been because it's a 60-game season. Like, let's be real. The Dodgers
the
are like
eighth
the team that you want to
best-
sit there and laugh at.
The 8th best starting pitcher on the Dodgers would be the ace of the Angels. That's how fucking good the Dodgers are. Adam Kolarik's probably going to be like a reliever of the year candidate now that he's not on the Dodgers because he's not going to pitch on the Dodgers. The Dodgers are the most frustrating team. Edwin Rios could be a home run title champion. He is literally has that much pop in his bat. His career OPS plus is like 140. And he just doesn't even start because he's on the fucking Dodgers, dude. They literally just... And Keeper Ruiz is a Major League ready catching prospect, and he can't crack the Major League roster. Gavin Lux can't crack the Major League roster. All these guys, and they just go out and re-sign Justin Turner even though they don't need him. Oh my God, they're so frustrating.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the Mariners.
Yeah, can I talk about
How the
Keenan
hell did
Middleton
we
real
get here?
quick? I fucking would. So Keenan Middleton this spring, 7 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts. Now let's not talk about the 5 home runs he's given up in those 7 innings, or the 9 earned runs, or the 2 walks, the 393 average allowed, the 186 WHIP. Yeah, 5 home. I'm just trying to say. he gave-
Wait, as an Angels fan, you're talking about pitching? Really?
No, he's a
That's
former
what we're
Angel.
talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about. They
Pitching,
signed
as an Angels
He
fan, that's
is
what
an
we're talking about
Angel.
right now.
He was a former Angel, and he went to the Mariners. They thought that was a good idea to sign a former Angel, and this is what he's doing in the spring. So I just wanted to bring it up. 7 innings pitched, 5
Okay.
home runs,
I'll allow it.
9 earned runs. Yeah.
Allow it.
That's it's fucking hilarious because he talks a lot of shit on Twitter and stuff to fans because we roast him all the time. So I don't know. Fun guy to mess with on Twitter if you ever follow Keenan Middleton.
Yeah, that'll never happen. I don't know who that is.
Oh,
That's
it's
thank you.
hilarious, dude. It's high quality
So-
entertainment.
I think their rotation is. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that Marco Gonzalez is really good. I
Yep.
like what he brings to the table.
Yep.
I am high on Justice Sheffield, obviously Yankees legend.
Correct.
Who else do they have? Oh,
Bro,
see if Kikuchi-
wasn't he on the IL for the Yankees as well?
No, he wasn't. I promise you, he
Oh,
wasn't.
thank God, that's a first. Oh my goodness.
Probably, he
But we'll
probably
see if-
was.
We'll
He
see if
probably was.
Kikuchi
Nick's
can
probably
figure it
just in
out.
denial.
We'll see if Kikuchi can ever figure it out in the big leagues. We're not.
Did we talk
I don't
about
know.
Justin
He's had,
Dunn?
we have
a couple bad
James
years.
Paxton. We have James Paxton, Yankees IL legend. All right.
Exactly. Yes.
Justin Dunn's a stud prospect, dude. I like Justin Dunn.
Yeah, me
I think he
too.
could be a good pitcher for them. And then when they get Ken Giles back from injury, they'll have a pretty good staff going into next year. And they have a lot of young talent on the offensive side as well, which we could probably segue into.
The Mariners honestly have probably one of the best, if not the best, in the AL West, like the minor league farm system. Like they're one of the best teams whenever it comes to drafting talent.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, but the problem is they trade away most of their players before they get a chance to come to the MLB.
it's like that time they
Kyle
drafted Dustin
Kyle
Ackley right
Seager.
before Mike Trout, but that's fine. Other than that,
Hey, Yankee legend Dustin Ackley. Watch
yeah.
it.
Don't be surprised if he gets injured.
That's
Oh,
number
dude,
two.
he's not even in the big leagues anymore.
That's number two. That's number two.
He's literally gonna be. He's gonna be at the grocery store and trip and fall. It's gonna be a report. Yankees legend Dustin Ackley unable to continue
It's
shopping
comical
spree.
at this point.
Yeah.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
here for.
Well, Tom Murphy's probably their starting catcher. They also have this
Yep.
guy Luis Torrens. Never heard of him before. J.P. Crawford, the best player in baseball. Ty France,
noodle. Oh my
spring
God.
training legend Ty France, tied for the league lead in home runs. Sam Haggerty, Shedlong Jr., Jose Marmolejos, another BR legend. Dylan
Evan
Moore,
White.
Evan White.
Yo, Evan White, man, I cannot wait to see what this kid can do.
He's got
Oh,
some
yeah,
pop.
he-
He was terrible last year when he came up, but definitely
We
has
don't
the
talk about
potential.
last year. Unless
Definitely
we're talking
has-
about the Yankees that are injured, we don't talk about last year.
Yeah.
Last year doesn't count.
No, it's another storyline.
You
that I'm
don't
gonna
wanna
be
talk
It's a
about how that-
60-game season. It doesn't count.
You
No
don't
one
think we
cares.
should talk about how the Astros shouldn't have made the playoffs, but they had expanded playoffs? Like they were under
Yeah.
500 this year?
Not wrong, bro. But guess what? They almost made it to World Series again.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Yeah. Like nobody thought that they would go far because of how bad they were in the regular
Oh,
season.
I don't
Like,
disagree.
aside from George Springer and Kyle Tucker, they were terrible.
Yep.
They were terrible. They
Fact.
didn't deserve to be there. But
Correct.
once they were there,
Yeah, but I mean, okay,
were
let's
elite.
talk
That's
about
crazy.
let's
They
talk about a
hit their
Mickey
share of the
Mouse
ball.
path to the ALCS.
Question, yes.
The Twins, who haven't won a playoff game in 18 years,
Wait, hold on.
and then the A's.
Nick's got to hold on.
No,
Question.
Nolan is saying exactly what I was about to say.
Yep.
They played two of the worst postseason franchises of all time
Yep.
to get to the ALC.
What does that do
And
with
then-
anything? Did they win or lose?
No, they beat teams that
Yeah, but
basically
the
cannot
Twins,
win.
the Twins is a first round bye.
They won.
The Twins is a first round bye. And then honestly, the A's are a
Exactly.
second round bye. The only reason the A's
Exactly.
didn't lose in the first
Wait,
round is because
wait,
they were playing
wait,
the
hold
White
on, hold on.
Sox.
Did the Twins win the AL Central or no?
They won the AL
No,
Central.
it
the
doesn't
last
matter
3
what the Twins did in the
years.
regular season.
No. That's not my question. Did they win the AL
I
Central or
started
no?
to-
Yes,
Something-
they did.
Yes. So you're
did.
telling me that the Astros, with a losing record, went to the playoffs and beat a team that won their division to move on to the next round? Yes or no?
I am telling you that.
Okay, that's it. Moving on.
No, we're not, dude.
Against Sergio Romo.
Playing the Twins as a Yankee
Sergio
fan, I can
Romo,
attest to this.
man.
Playing the Twins in a postseason round is an automatic advance.
Why?
Yeah.
Automatic. Because
Because they
they're so bad in the playoffs. They haven't won a game since I've been alive.
I love this episode. It's a lot of fun.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. I don't think I said Kyle Seager for the infield. They also have Braden Bishop, Rake Fraley, Mitch Haniger coming back, Kyle Lewis, and Taylor Trammell. I don't know how
God
many of those
forbid you
guys.
put Mitch Haniger on any Twitch chat, then you're out of luck,
Oh,
man.
Oh yeah, no. Same thing with Kike Hernandez, bro. I swear to
Kike
God,
Hernandez.
they think I'm like an anti-Semite like podcast or something on Twitch
Wait,
because of how
you're
many times
not?
people say Kike.
Why am I here then?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, you really trust us not to clip some of the shit you're saying. That's funny.
No, he doesn't give a fuck. You've seen his streams. He doesn't give a fuck.
That's what I'm here for.
I love it. All right,
Well,
but Mitch
also in the
Haniger
outfield,
is
we're
very
not-
good. Do not.
Who?
Oh yeah, we're talking. Are you talking about? You're gonna talk about.
I was about
Kelly?
to just say Julio Rodriguez about to be a fucking stud.
Is he
He's not
coming
listed
up?
on this roster.
I don't know when he's gonna
Kelenic, too.
come up though. I know Kelnick's gonna come up earlier than Rodriguez, in my opinion.
I'd give Rodriguez till 2022 to come up.
Probably September call up.
The problem is, okay,
Yeah.
so the Mariners won the offseason when they fired Kevin Mather after that horrible fucking interview. We talked about it.
The
Like
Rotary
they're
Club,
kind of in
baby.
a bind here where they can't send these guys down because Mather was like, "We are going to manipulate their service time," and then everyone was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You can't do that." So now they're kind of
Wait.
in a bind where they have to.
They really
Not
try
do
to
that.
sit there and pull a KB on the whole team?
No, they tried to do it to
It's-
Kelnick.
Isn't
They
that what
tried to do it to
the Cubs did that to
Trammell.
Chris Bryant, did they?
Yeah, they did.
No, yeah. So the thing with service time manipulation is that everyone knows it happens, but no one
actually
exclusively
outright,
talks about
like,
it.
says that out of the,
But then Mather was like, "Oh yeah, we do this. What's the problem with it?" And everyone was like, "You don't see the problem with it? Are you fucking stupid?"
Like,
Well, yeah, because like
It-
the players' union was saying on Twitter, they're like, "Thank you, Kevin Mather. Appreciate you. This is gonna make our negotiations next year so much easier."
Exactly.
We
he's
have
not
it
wrong.
in-
Like, I mean, oh my
yeah.
god, dude, are you stupid or stupid whenever you sit there and like open your mouth sometimes?
And it
like,
was to
come
the
on,
fucking
man.
Seattle Rotary Club. I don't even
Dear
know what the fuck
God,
that
Dude,
is,
man.
bro.
who know that was like where you were gonna get all the hot goss? Like you just needed to be a part of this Rotary
Hot
Club, man.
goss, bro. I love it.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
I
real,
do.
I mean, obviously they have tons of high prospects, like that we're very excited about.
oh, without a doubt, dude.
Yeah, they have a good future. They like if they can keep up the farm system and keep getting better draft picks, they can like be at the top, like or be near the top in like maybe 5 years. I'd
Yeah.
say something like that. They just have to
Yeah.
develop the players better now. From now,
As
No,
on.
I
long-
already-
yeah, no, and I agree, man. As long as they don't sit there and like a lot of the teams that can't afford the salary cap. I mean, they have a lot of salary cap issues. Or like obviously like we talk about like the A's, we talk about the Mariners. We sit there. I mean, like even the Rangers to a certain extent. But they trade away a lot of their top prospects to sit there and like not worry about the salary cap space in the future. How do you expect to sit there and get good if you can't sit there and retain the players that you bring up in your farm system? It makes no sense.
If they do that,
I
they're
honestly
screwed.
think that the Mariners are a few good pitchers away from being a serious contender to at least win the division. Probably, maybe even next year, if I'm being honest, because their young talent
Yeah, I
is
was
fucking
gonna say
amazing.
2-3 years.
Kelnick,
Dude, no,
Julio
honestly,
Rodriguez, Trammell.
Even at this point, the rotation
Bullpen
is
needs work.
good.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
They have
bullpen just
Gonzalez.
needs work.
They have Paxton. They have Kikuchi. They have Sheffield. That's 4 pitchers. What else do you need? Maybe
Yeah.
they're yeah.
Bullpen.
Obviously, their pen needs a little bit of help, but they have the bats as
lot.
well. They have Murphy. They have White. They have Kyle Seager. I mean, they have Fraley. They have Kyle Lewis. They have Haniger. They have Ty France that can sit there
Yeah.
and be their DA. They have apparently now Taylor Trammell. I didn't even know that he was on that team anymore. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
got
got
traded
traded
with
from the
the
Padres
Austin
a while
Nola
ago.
trade.
Really?
Austin Nola.
Oh,
is
dude,
too
long
this-
time ago.
The Mariners outfield in 3 years is going to be disgusting. Kyle Lewis, Julio Rodriguez, Taylor Trammell, and then of course Jared Kelenic. I mean, that's
Yeah,
insane.
come on. I mean, oh my God.
No,
They
the
have Evan
second-
White, which they have locked down for like the next 10 to 12 years. Dude, this team has a lot of potential.
Yeah, and not to
Just
mention
sit there
JP
and
Crawford.
get it together. This team
Take out
next,
JP
like,
Crawford and they're fine.
literally
have
next
JP
year
Crawford,
they could win
bro.
the AL West if they play their cards right. They just gotta sit there and like a lot of
Oh,
it
I
comes down
wholeheartedly
to just
agree.
the management of the team. If you don't have the right personnel to sit there and direct the team in the right direction, if you got to think about it, a lot of these players, like I mean, we talked about already. 23, you're 21. Mick, how old are you? 19, 20?
20.
20. Think about it. A lot of these players are y'all's ages.
Yeah.
But you got to direct them. You got to point them in the right direction. If I sit
Yeah.
there and tell you that up is down, more often than not, you're gonna believe what I say. Why? Because I'm older, wiser, and I know what I'm talking about. Because I'm
Dude,
I'm
you're
older
a fucking
than you.
moron, bro. What are you talking
Look, I mean, yeah, I am. Like that. Let's be real. But you don't know that if I'm your boss or I'm your manager, you don't know that.
No.
So then at that point, if I sit there and tell you that up is down, you're going to say, yes, coach, what else do I got to do to sit there and know what's right? That's the reality
Yeah.
of it. Get the right people to direct these young kids in the right direction. And this team could literally sit there, like they have nothing but potential.
Yeah, they might
Absolutely.
make the playoffs for the first time in 18 years, 20 years.
20 years. It's been since
20 years.
01.
2001.
Oh,
The
so
Mariners have
2001.
never had a bad farm system. What they have had is a lot of bad management, a lot of bad
Yeah.
people that have
They're the
not bad
physical
people, but
embodiment of
people that have
fumbling
sat
the
there and
bag.
like pointed them in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
They turned their entire franchise around when they traded Cano and Edwin Diaz to the Mets for Jared Kelenic. There's probably more. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
That was
But
a
like
good move.
that was a franchise turnaround for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. Now, but even this year, I love their offense. I'm just not super sold on their bullpen. I think that's going to kind of screw them over.
Yeah,
But
their
Mitch
bullpen right
Haniger
now
coming
seems
back?
like the weakest link of the team.
Yeah. No, Mitch Haniger has a career OPS plus of 125, a career OPS of 827. He doesn't really hit for much power, but he's a real solid guy. And if he plays a full healthy season, which he's only done once in his career, and it was the best season of his career, he'll be amazing. He's only 30 years old, so he's like in his prime still. I don't know which prospects are really going to come up. I do expect Kelnick up pretty much immediately if he doesn't even start the season with them. I don't know if Julio Rodriguez, I think he's a little bit young still before he comes up.
He's young, but I mean, from everything that I've heard, like he's got all the talent, he's close. He's close.
No, I would love to see him.
No, they are. He's not going to start he's not going to start in the major leagues like this year, obviously. But
yeah, no, they definitely have a sleeper lineup. They're definitely a team that's going to go into some of those 10 to 15. No, one of those 10 to 15 games with the Angels. A lot of those are going to be against the Mariners, so it's exciting to see, especially when Keenan Middleton gives. They go in with like a 6-run lead into the 7th, and then Keenan Middleton comes in, gives up 8, spice up the game a little bit. Keenan Middleton's like a.
That's the only way the Angels are going to get any wins.
Yeah, no, Keenan Middleton's like spicing up something with ghost peppers. It's a little bit spicier than you want it, but it adds some fun to the game. I don't know. It's the best analogy. Anyways, so we like the Mariners, correct?
I love the Mariners.
Yeah,
Mariners in the next 2 to 3 years. If they can't find a way to win the AL West in the next 2 to 3 years, they don't deserve it.
Yeah,
dude,
I agree.
If we go through this phase of the Mariners and they don't make the fucking playoffs, they're never cancel the Mariners. They're never making it again.
Someone call Ken Griffey and bring him back. That's all we need, and we're good.
Dude, he can manage them. I'd be a great candidate for manager. I'd love him.
What about Alex Cora? What do you think about?
I fucking despise Alex
I've heard
Cora,
his teams like to win World Series for some reason. I don't know what they do. It's like the special ingredient that he adds to the team. They just like to win World Series. I wonder what that is. It's super weird.
I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah. I can.
He took two very talented teams and just pushed them over the edge. It's crazy. Just one of the great baseball minds. Let's be real.
He really
Not
is.
wrong.
All right, so we want to get our division rankings.
Let's
going
go.
Here, or our
exactly.
predictions.
Read my fucking mind.
I'll let y'all go first.
I'm gonna start.
Nick, why don't you go?
First or last place, Rangers, obviously. I can't really say anything about that because I'm pretty sure that's going to be all of our predictions. Rangers are going to be last. Mariners in 4th for now. I like their farm system, but they need a couple years, obviously. 3rd place, I'd say the Angels just because they don't have the pitching. They could shove with the batting order, but I just don't see it. Athletics in 2nd, because you can never underestimate the Athletics. And 1st, I'm taking the Astros.
My man.
You can go now, Mick.
I don't have a team in this race, so I can go. Well, obviously, I'm so sorry. Like I said, the Rangers are in last, and they might forever be in last. And then I'm going to start pissing people off. I got the Angels in 4th place. I just don't. I don't know. Obviously, their offense is incredible, but I don't know if this team is ever going to figure it out.
It's a bold strategy, Cod. Let's see if it pays off.
Okay, whatever.
I got the Angels in 4th just because, like we talked about with the Mariners. So Mariners are my 3rd place team. I just don't think the Angels are. I don't know. I just don't have any faith in the Angels to take advantage of Mike Trout's career. Like I said, man. I know. I'm just saying. I don't disagree with you. Best player in the MLB being wasted. Exactly.
And on a team that has no pitching.
He'd be better with the Royals, to be honest.
I mean, he'd be better with the Astros. Let's be real.
Mike Trout and the Astros.
Imagine that kind of center fielder. That'd be better than George Springer any day.
Imagine.
True. Okay, so I've got the Athletics in 2nd place. Like I talked about, I'm high. I'm not going to sleep on the Athletics. I'm high on them. I'm always nervous if the Yankees have to play the Athletics. They're just always really good. And then, I think people are sleeping on the Astros. They're going to pitch and they're going to hit. They're going to be, whether they cheat or not, or use the sticky stuff or not, they're going to be ridiculous. So I've got the Astros winning the division this year. I mean, Bregman's going to bounce back. Correa's going to be an asshole and hit really well. Altuve can't. I mean, Altuve's going to remember how to hit eventually. So, yeah.
I hope so. So he was one of my favorite players growing up.
So Rangers, Angels, Mariners, Athletics, Astros.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go grab a jacket real quick with that freezing cold take. Like, that's just a fucking, like, brain dead
Talk to
take
me then.
right
Talk
there.
to me.
Clown of the week part
Disgusted,
2.
bro. Oh my god, dude. I know the Angels bullpen's bad, but it's not as nearly as bad as the fucking Mariners, and the talent that the Angels have in their lineup compared to the Mariners is it's like the Mariners in a few years might have a similar lineup to the Angels, but right now the lineup at the Angels is so far superior to the fucking Mariners, not even close. But anyways, easily Rangers. I'm going to go with the same thing I said on YouTube. Rangers in 5th. That's pretty obvious. They're going to be a good 5th place team, though. Definitely steal some games, play some spoiler there. The Mariners are very good, very young, but they're not there yet. Angels are, I feel like, a very clear 3rd place team. I'm going to put the Astros in 2nd just because I don't think they're as good as the A's. I feel like the A's will find a way to upset them. Like, it feels like, I don't know, they're just ready to do that. I feel like they had a good offseason and added to what they already had. And I just refuse to sleep on the A's. I know the A's will fuck the Angels over every time they play them. So, and then, so we'll put the A's in 1st place just because I like their pitching staff. I love their bullpen. I'm a big bullpen guy, as you know. And I think their lineup's good enough to, make an impact. It's definitely not the best lineup in the division, but I don't know. I feel like they're a very complete team, and they'll surprise a lot of us. I think people are sleeping on the A's more than they're sleeping on the Astros. But yeah, Angels in 4th is the worst take I've ever heard in my life. I know that was just to piss me off.
You're not gonna like
I
mine.
know
then.
that was just
For
to
the
piss me off.
record, I said I'm about to start pissing people off, and then I
Yeah,
did
That's fair.
piss
That's
people
fair.
off.
Wait till you hear mine. Y'all want to hear it?
Oh, I
Can't
want to
wait.
hear it.
I'll start from the top to the bottom. 1st place, I got the Astros winning the division. Obviously, because we know that's just, the way it is. The Astros are just going to win. I got the A's in 2nd place. It's going to be about like a 3 to 5 game difference between the Astros and the A's. I got in 3rd place. I got the Mariners. Mariners are gonna sit there and snag 3rd place. They have the potential with their young team. It's gonna be long shot, but I feel like they have the ability to. In 4th place, I have the Rangers.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna do that to me. Are you surprised?
I'm not doing it to you. I'm not doing it to you.
Me. You're doing it to me.
No. Hear me out. The Rangers have the potential to go into 4th place and sit there. And the Angels, I will tell you why. The pitching is the biggest thing that you can sit there and not have in the MLB, because you can have whatever bats you want. I don't give a fuck. But if you don't have the pitching, there's really not much you can do, and the Angels just don't have it.
And
That's why I have the Angels. The Rangers have, other than Shohei Ohtani, tell me who's going to sit there and keep the Angels in 4th place over the Rangers.
And who's going to do it for the Rangers?
Who's going to do it for the Angels?
Shohei Ohtani is a good pitcher. Dylan Bundy's a good pitcher. Andrew Heaney's a
Dylan
good pitcher.
Bundy's a
Jose
one-time wonder.
He's a
This
good
is
pitcher. I didn't
too.
say he's a great pitcher. I didn't say he's a Cy Young candidate. I said he's a good
I'm with-
pitcher. The Angels
I'm
have
with-
more good pitchers than the Rangers do. The Rangers have Jose Leclerc and potentially Dane Dunning. Other than that, I don't think any of their pitchers are. And maybe Kohei could be a good pitcher, but none of their pitchers are great.
So which stadium is a better pitcher stadium? Angels or Rangers?
I honestly don't know with their new ballpark.
I'm pretty sure the Rangers have a better pitcher's ballpark than the Angels do.
I mean, the
So
Angels
that's why, and not because I don't dislike the Angels. It's nothing personal against you. I feel like the Rangers have a better chance, even though they're hitting maybe a little bit lackluster. If they can sit there and pitch their way, you're gonna have a lot of pitchers duels with the Rangers.
No, you're
Because if
not.
they sit there, if you play half your games at Angel where the Angels play or where the Rangers play, I would take my money on where the Rangers play versus the Angels.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they still have a shitty pitching staff, and they're going to be playing on the same playing field as whoever their opponent is. So a lot of triples they're going to give up. They're going to give up a lot of triples.
Astros, Athletics, Mariners, Rangers, Angels.
I'm going to love showing this. I'll say mine directly
That's a take.
after because the A's, the Astros, the Angels, Mariners, Rangers. And I
Let's
think
go.
that's-
Hey,
The
wait,
bottom
hold on,
three,
hold on.
I feel like are guaranteed.
NMR. Yo, hey, 10 gifted on the line or nah?
I thought for what exactly?
Put
For what?
whoever's
That the Angels are,
whoever's prediction is closer.
Whoever's prediction is closer. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. All right, yo,
Easy.
10 gifted. Let's go.
Easy. Bro, I just got 10 gifted subs. Good shit, man.
Hey,
That's an
let's
investment
find
for the
out.
future.
I got you. You got me.
Oh, without a doubt, man.
Let's go,
Without a
baby. I
doubt.
got you. Okay, all right. We good.
That's too easy. You just put money in my pocket.
Is it though?
Oh, with that, the Rangers in 4th place? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, but it's not just the Rangers and Angels, bro. It's the whole division. You got the A's, I got the Astros. Like we've got to sit there and narrow down. We got to have a point system. So, okay, here's the thing. If you guess first place right, you get 1 point. If you guess fifth place right, you get 5 points, and it goes like that. If you don't guess,
so I get 5 points.
Whatever team. Like, okay, so let's say that the Rangers finish in 5th, and the that means I get -1 point because I guess they were in 4th place, right? So we gotta have positive and negative points. Whoever has the highest points.
Okay,
Does
yeah,
that make
whatever.
sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's whoever's closest at the end of the day. I don't really care what the point system is.
All right, cool. All right, we're good then.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a great place to wrap up. One, because we've been going for a while. Two, because I think that would be the hottest take that we've ended a pod on. Unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we can we'll go ahead and wrap up here as our voice crack, obviously.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, see y'all fuckers later. I gotta go.
Hey, I
Alright,
appreciate y'all
sounds
having me.
good. Yeah, of course.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all having me. Thank you so much for the invite. It means a lot, man. Like y'all have no idea. I've seen other podcasts. I'm like, bro, why do people invite me? I'm like, okay, I've realized like I'm an asshole. I get it. I sit there and talk a lot of shit. I sit there and joke around a lot. Like, bro, it's hard to take me seriously because I don't know how to sit there and take myself seriously. But no, I truly appreciate y'all having me, and I truly appreciate the opportunity that y'all gave me to sit here and do this, man.
It was awesome.
Absolutely, dude.
Anytime, man.
And when
course, dude.
when I'm right and both of y'all are wrong, we'll have you back at the end of the season.
Bro, chill. You're on the IL. Like, I mean, we're not
shut
talk about
the
that.
fuck up. All right, guys. Make sure again you check us out on our socials at DIR Podcast. That's Twitter and Instagram. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, go follow us on Spotify. Little DIR on the go. And of course, if you're watching or listening on Spotify, go check us out on YouTube. Hit that sub button. We cracked 50 subs. Too much clout for y'all. I'm so sorry.
Big deal. We're a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We'll see you guys in the next
Start
one.
wearing sunglasses.
Make sure you hit that bell and you turn on notifications.
Yes, sir.